Welcome to Tuber Chat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today, we're actually going to get a better look at later today after Tuber Chat in about 3 hours when we go and visit Just Jason Keto. He's a fellow Canadian, a beloved and dedicated moderator and member here, and somebody who wants to help us with healthy eating, healthy living, especially when it comes to a keto-based diet or lifestyle. He wants to inspire and motivate us before we even get into the channel. He's always got something motivating on his banner, and he updates his channel regularly in that type of way. Just Jason Keto is somebody who cares very much about the YouTube journey and those of us in the Tuber Chat family, his fellow creators and his community. But he's got a premiere coming up, so this will be a special recipe video, and he's done tons and tons of recipes, probably 100 chaffle recipes alone, many other healthy-ish recipes. And the reason why I say healthy-ish is because there's a lot when it comes to the idea of keto for people to learn about and follow. And somebody like Just Jason Keto and a few other channels, both here and in his community, can help everybody understand how the ingredients of some of the things that we or they talk about are going to truly affect us. I can tell you many years ago I actually went on what I called a diet at the time for a couple of months. It really wasn't that strict, really wasn't that difficult, and I lost 30 pounds in 2 months. I didn't know that I was following keto, but it pretty much was at the time. I was just doing something with a friend. I was following what they were doing. Turns out to be almost exactly like what I hear from Just Jason Keto. But this creator also does a lot of product reviews, and those can help us understand some of the ingredients that I'm speaking of as well, and the ways that they're going to affect us. And what I'm talking about is product reviews of different things we might find in health food stores or grocery stores marketed towards a keto-based diet or lifestyle. And then he does a lot of other traditional product reviews as well. Just Jason Keto will look at things like this, what do they call these? Vacuum sealers. Yes, his barbecue comes out every year with a new updated video. Those do well for him. And then Dash Minis that he makes the chaffles with, an air fryer. A lot of the typical things we'd expect from a creator like this. And then he'll bring a little bit of extra variety occasionally. He's unboxed a GoPro. He's visited Niagara Falls and other cities. He's actually been known to head out hundreds of miles away to get informative content from other influencers from places like Keto Palooza. He's got a lot of guests on his channel that share their life experiences, tips, tricks, trials, tribulations, and things like that. Just Jason Keto's live every Thursday at 7:30 Eastern. Could be Jason himself. He could have a guest. Kendra's been on there many times. Rockin' Coach Amy, I'm not sure if she's been there once or more than once. And he's had many other guests as well. And once in a while, he does something a little bit different, like a cook-along live stream or a homestead hangout with some fellow YouTubers. And Jason's always trying to think of different ways to keep the audience engaged, which he does a great job with. This creator also has shorts on the channel. And these feature a tiny bit of variety, but a lot of healthy-looking grilling shorts here have done really well. 4, 5, 6, and almost 7,000 views are on the way. And then 22,000 on one of these, and I've seen that one, and I promise you it's worth a watch. It's a traditional short, so it's one of the first ones that he had put out at about 15 seconds, if I remember right. So hopefully everybody will connect with Just Jason Keto. Like I said, we'll get a better look at his channel later today in about 3 hours. We'll go and read in and see what his premiere is going to be like. He's got a recipe for us again today. That looks like something I'd enjoy. As a matter of fact, I love eggs. I could eat them every day. And then let's spin the wheel. Let's get another channel ready to go. I'll do some introductions and start filling that wheel up. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here, everybody will be willing to connect. So please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat. And if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Pardon me, Jason's making me laugh in the chat because when Shorts first came onto the scene a few years ago, it was almost like winning the lottery every other day. Many creators were having Shorts go almost all but viral. Instantly. You'd get this boost of thousands of views sometimes, and then another boost of thousands of views a couple days later. And things seem to have leveled off a little bit, although I've seen a little bit more success with creators lately. Things go up and down. YouTube's changing things in the background all the time. There's Don's channel. While I was in the live stream, I know you said pleasant things about me and about Tuber Chat while I was in there. I certainly do appreciate that. I don't know how long everybody imagines that I stay in your live streams while I'm there, but I could be working on a computer a lot of the time, so I come in, hang out for a few minutes, and then start doing what I'm doing. I usually have a few windows going, so I tend to keep the volume low on days where I have to be busy on another screen or something, but I stay a lot longer than I think most people imagine, because after saying hello to everybody in the chat, engaging a little bit, I'm often just lurking and listening and watching, but Don's channel and the Groves Bargain Emporium staff do a great job together. They do live auction style sales, but I just wanted to thank you for that, because I think it was last night, actually. It was yesterday or the day before. Miss Canadian Scrappers here. Vima's Crochet is in the house. Sir Dank for Jesus is a second channel from Handicapped Traveler. Scratch and PPA, of course, is on the wheel as a beloved and dedicated moderator. Blessed to Crochet and It's Me Alec have both been added. Glorious Platter's going to have some new content this week. Michael's Adventures is another beloved and dedicated moderator here in the chat. Oki's Eden is in the house. I know I've missed a lot of channels. Musgrave Family Farm is here. Butler Family Farm is also in the house. That's 116 acres of farmland and homesteading style content. And then Lux Travels has been in the here from the beginning. We'll see if they're going to be back. Rockin' Coach Amy, I mentioned you not realizing you were in the chat. And then Spirit in the Sky Blue is actually a longtime friend. Scotty J Travels is almost at 500, which is great to see. I don't mean to miss anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everybody. And then the Bud Files is here. I've been enjoying their Way Back Wednesday series. Was that what you premiered the other day and I caught, or was that yesterday? I can't remember for the life of me. The days are blending into each other sometimes, especially because today we've been thrown off. The Tuber Chat live streams usually fall every 3 days. You can see I'm mixing up the times and things like that, but I got a family obligation tomorrow, so we decided to stream today a little bit earlier. We'll try to catch some of our friends in the UK and other time zones, and we'll be back on Tuesday and Friday, so back onto that every 3 day schedule. Vintage Style by Joe is in the house. Coach Julia Edens and Mariana Latrini are both here. Thank you for both being in the house. The Black Widow's web is up on the screen right now. And this is a member. We always put members and moderators onto the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. Over the course of the stream, I will add more names to the wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation. The Black Widow's web has 401 subscribers. This is a creator I'm still getting to know. They've actually been with us quite a while. They've just got a few videos here, but I'm actually going to take what looks like a perfect video to put into a special playlist I use. We call it the catch-up list here, but it's meant for me to keep or get caught up with creators, so we call it the catch-up list. And this is a perfect video because it says what's Black Widow up to, so we'll see what they are up to. And then shorts on this channel have gotten into 1,600 views on a couple of them, which is great to see. They seem to be posting them pretty frequently. And then they've got live streams, including one that's going to be tomorrow, so we'll be looking forward to that. Sunday Night Retail Therapy is great to know. And then They've got live auction style sales like what I talked about with Don's channel and the Gross Bargain Emporium Steph. There's a lot of similarity between all of these channels, and if nothing else, the hosts are what is going to make each live stream and auction unique, let's just say. But it's a huge category and genre on YouTube, and it's actually getting bigger and bigger these days. Live auction style sales all over the internet are growing, which is a fantastic niche to be in. So I'll look forward hopefully to catching you for one of these live streams. It's been a couple of months already, but we've got notification bells on for every single channel, and that's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible as well. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. The Scout Scratcher is here. Thank you, Vintage Style by Joe. I know we've got some friends that either lurk or driving dailies in the house. Sometimes people are driving and listening, or working and listening, or doing other things and listening, and I appreciate that. And every moment everybody spends. DJ, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And we're going to talk about the Scout Scratcher in a second. There's Kaz's Craft some more. There's a perfect example. One of our friends from the UK is able to catch us for one of these live streams because we're on a few hours earlier. It's probably 7 p.m. for them. If I understand right, I'm in the Eastern time zone. It's just after 2 p.m. for us. And then the Scout Scratcher is up on the screen, and I'm still getting to know their particular brand of lottery ticket scratching as well. But I'm just going to grab the latest video. They put this out today. I'll put that into that catch-up list that I'm talking about. That'll give me a chance to get caught up with them. And we see a lot of elaborate collections of lottery tickets in their thumbnails, my dear goodness. And then let's see what they've got going on for shorts on this channel. And it looks like, oh yeah, they're doing really well. 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5, even one at 16,000 views, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. So I caught them a few days ago. And hopefully everybody will connect. And like I said, we always put notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible as well. And then DJ is a really likely popular name for a channel, so it might be tough to catch them in the search results. So Bulldog416 is the handle. I'm going to put that handle in the chat, so anybody looking for DJ will be able to find that, hopefully. And then, the Black Widow's Web, thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated, of course. It was great that we got to see your channel a little bit early today. I've put in the middle of a forest on the wheel. A simple family lifestyle is going on there now. And the Black Widow's Web actually took over our stream boss position. What I'm talking about is that video game life meter you see under my camera right here. And every super chat, membership, and highlighted milestone message knocks a little bit of life off of the stream boss. The last person to knock it out and take over gets some extra exposure. So we'll be looking at the Black Widow's Web there for a little while. And we've seen that many times before, but like I say in every stream at least once, things like super chats and memberships are unnecessary here. Appreciated when they do happen, but the wheel and the screen are open to everyone. Desert Living, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Were you live and I missed it yesterday? Is that right? Am I thinking that, or could it have been this morning? Maybe I'm mistaken. It's on. I'm honestly telling you, the days are blending into each other. I can't remember what I saw last night and what I saw this morning, and for no reason at all. I think it's time for me to spin the wheel, so we'll do that. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. I'll get Vima's Crochet onto the screen right away because they're just dropping a super chat right now. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as we see them in the, or pardon me, as soon as those things happen. And then Nikki Silver Stacker is also in the house. I'm going to get them on the wheel. And Vima's Crochet, I appreciate the extra generous support, of course. And this creator is bringing us crochet more than anything else, but that's, I think that's obvious. A lot of information on the About section, which is great. One of the things I probably don't talk about enough is the idea that YouTube gives us a lot of opportunity to fill in a lot of information about ourselves, about our intentions, about our channels and our content and our experiences and things like that. And the more we do, the better it's going to be in every case, because you know that even your channel title, your handle, your description on your About section, every single thing is in that algorithm. It's in the recommendation engine. So when YouTube is trying to figure out who to show your channel and your content to, we have to give them every bit of information we can possibly think of so that we direct the right people towards our thumbnails and titles and things like that. So it's great to see an About section filled out like this. So I hope everybody will take the time to do that. And you'll likely see some benefit over the long term. So lots of crochet on this channel. It's funny, Kristen and I actually early this morning we took off to a market, one of these like Christmas markets, but it's like all homemade and handmade things and everything. Lots of crochet there. Lots of other things, people making candles, people reading tarot cards, people making home decor things, t-shirts and all kinds of stuff. Not a lot of baked goods. Kristen might do a bit of that, but interesting to see all the different types of things you're making on your About section. That's a really cool pumpkin idea as well. So I'm just going to grab the latest video though, because it's been a while. I'm going to put this video on my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with the channel the smallest bit. One of the things I like about putting channels on the screen here in Superchat is that over time I get to know the channels themselves, but then over weeks and months by watching videos and hanging out in premieres and live streams, I get to know the content on the channel as well. And then anybody can reach out anytime. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well. So Vima's Crochet is working on 2,300 subscribers, and they've got quite a few shorts here that are really moving actually. Whenever you go, at least on a browser, into the Shorts tab on somebody's channel and you search by the popular here with the button, basically what happens is the shorts are supposed to be displayed by which one has the most views, and then in order descending, right, to the newest, or shorts that are in order lower than the ones that have done the best. I don't have a pleasant way of saying that. I don't know how to say it, but you know what I mean. So it's kind of cool, but you'll notice that when I hit the popular tab here, some of these shorts are all out of order. There's one at 1,200 here that looks like it's the most popular one, but they've actually got one at 1,700 and another one at 1,800, another one at 1,200 over here. And what that likely means, including this one, 2,400 on this one for the tulips, wow, is that these shorts are still getting so many views that they haven't settled in the algorithm yet. We'll likely see them fall in order in a little while. Then live streams on the channel as well. So Vima's Crochet, up to even a month ago, was on very frequently. Lots of live streams actually up to a month ago. We'll see if they're going to continue these. I'm sure they will. We've got notification bells on to give us the best chance of catching them. And let's think about spinning the wheel, and I'll get some names added in there. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Now we're moving. There is Izzy Pop. Good to see you in the house. Did I miss... Oh, Izzy Pop, I'm sorry. Yeah, I just missed it because I was talking too much. I actually, for my full-time job, I work in chemicals now. So I am supposed to wear these safety goggles, but there are companies that make safety goggles that have prescription lenses and things like that. So I've been said I have to go and get these things, and I think I forgot It's Me Alex channel as well. So forgive me for that. It's Me Alec will come up, and then Izzy Pop. And what I was explaining to somebody is most people here won't know unless you follow me on Facebook and go back to like my really old photos, which, you know, we all know everybody stalks everybody, but you could, right? And if you look at those pictures, I'm not encouraging anybody to, but I'm just saying they're there. I used to have lazy eye. And what that is the muscles on one side of one of your eyes is weaker than the other. So what they do is they cut the muscles on the other side. They're kind of like this, right? And they'll just cut one so that they're even, and then your eye kind of straightens itself out, and then your brain or your mind does the rest of the job. So I got that done many years ago, but I wish I'd done it like 40 years ago. And I was explaining this yesterday when I had to think about ordering these safety goggles, and I said, oh, I don't have the same peripheral vision, which they know because that's what happens. So when your eye muscles have been weakened in that way, it means that I have to turn my head just a little bit farther than most people. So it's really just an excuse. And I know you can't see the screens that are right in front of me, but because I'm facing this direction and talking like directly to a screen with the camera over me the way you can imagine, something that's right beside me I cannot read. So I find myself missing all kinds in the chat. So there's my excuse. But Izzy Pop, thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And Izzy Pop has done that kind of thing a million times before, for which I'm grateful, of course. The source is in the house, and I got to get them on the wheel. I'll do some catching up here, and then we'll talk about Blessed Crochet, because they've got a couple of channels. So a lot of content. They've been a long-time friend as well. In the middle of a forest, I put on the wheel. I think I mentioned that. Coach Juliet Edens is still here. Nikki Silver Stacker's there. Simple Family Lifestyles. Second channel is there. Actually, Izzy Pop was on earlier today, but forgive me, I only caught you for a quick second. And then whenever I make a mistake, right, because I promise you I make as many as anybody else. Anybody who's been here a million times knows this. But if I make a mistake, you know, if you're unsure if your channel's on the wheel, if you've dropped a super chat and I missed it or something like that, by all means, please give us a nudge. I don't mean for everybody to have to repeat themselves, but I talk so fast and rifle through these channels, so I miss a lot that goes on in the chat. But our moderators will help as well. You can give them a nudge if I don't catch what you say, because I don't want to miss anything. We want to make up for anything that we do miss. The Stock Explorer was live earlier. That's Nora. They're working right now, but thanks for coming in. Anfield Road Layout in the Loft is here. Lucy Warren's World I caught for a live stream the other day again. And Jody Genealogy is Marketplace Boutique. I'm just filling up the wheel now. Wow, did we ever start moving? So thank you. A few people must have shared because that's what usually draws in a handful of people all at once. So thank you for that. And then, again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. Rockin' Coach Amy's still in the house as well. So what we're looking at right now is Blessed Crochet, and this is a creator that's now officially on the road to 2,000 subscribers. When we see that they have got over 1,900, we always say you're officially on a road when you get to any 100 milestones. So since they've passed 1,900, that means they're officially on the road to 2,000, which is very exciting for Blessed Crochet. So this creator actually has two channels. I'll show you the other one in a minute. And over here, she's going to talk about crochet as well as connection, meaning between people. connecting together, right? But there's a lot of spiritual inspiration, especially in the latest series of videos that this creator's done. They've got quite a few shorts over here, but they're pretty much smiling and laughing a lot of the time with a little bit of variety here, getting into 9,000 and 10,000 views. And then live streams on the channel as well, pardon me. And they've got one scheduled for today. So they'll actually be on in another hour and a half or so. We'll still be on, but we'll know that there's fresh content on the channel afterwards. And then this creator, of course, is monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Jody Genealogy pretty much always has a membership here. I don't want anybody to feel any certain way. Like I say, memberships and super chats are absolutely unnecessary. We always have enough of that activity, and I certainly do appreciate it, but I don't want anybody to feel obligated ever, and things like that. I try not to solicit it, even when it sounds like it. But Jody Genealogy has 2 different channels as well, so thank you for keeping that membership going. I've already got them on the wheel. And then Blessed to Crochet has a second channel, Blessing Through Connection. And this is where this creator intends to have people connect even more so in a similar way to what we're doing here. So they've got a few videos I see and 323 subscribers. They were part of the Fall Fest 25 giveaway from Gail Southern Living. She's changed her channel now, but she's changed many times, but everybody, I think, knows who Gail Southern Living is. And then Blessed to Crochet has gotten into shorts here that have started to move. One of them at 800 views, my dear goodness. And then a lot of these are shout-outs for creators who have visited the live streams here. These are often meant as unattended live streams where people can just kind of trickle in and out and connect while they're there, and once in a while the creator hops on and adds commentary to the content, if that makes sense. So, Fairbrick Studio, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Let me hurry up and get the next channel ready to go. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. So here's another little bit of a tip. When I find channels, especially lately, because YouTube is mixing things up all the time, you'll notice the search results seem to change every time we're here. Not quite, but you know what I mean. And when we look for a channel like It's Me Alec, it can be tough to find them. It's a fairly popular name. There's many channels with the same name. But this creator has these special characters at the beginning and end of the name, like emojis, right? If we take those off and search, then we're able to catch this creator easily. But I find that that is a caveat with a lot of channels. Any channels that have special characters in their name can be tough to find in the search results, or at least don't come up in the first few. And then as soon as we take the special characters off, they jump up the search results. So these are just ideas. It's Me Alec has 175 subscribers, a very enthusiastic creator that is here with us frequently. They've been a friend for years. And then when we look at what this creator's doing on their channel, it's actually pure variety, but really a chance to get to know Alec. A lot of shorts on this channel. Some of these are really moving now. Look at this, 1,400 views, 1,500 views on a couple of these. And then live streams on the channel as well. This creator often does panels and has conversations that are driven by the chat. And like I said, they've been a friend for years, so obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And then 7 Stacks, good to see you in the house. Thank you for the share, by the way. And then hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. And that's it. Yeah, Izzy Pop, it can be tough. So when we think about emojis, right, I use a ton of them, because when emojis started to become what I felt was popular online, I didn't like them. So I figure, okay, I need to be more fun. So I'll start using emojis. So I use them all the time. And they can hinder a lot of different things, because you're trying to find one You're like, oh, what was the name for that thing again? And I can't remember if there was an emoji for a soda pop or not. I know there's coffee. I know I can get a plant somewhere. I know there's the guy with his face like this, but I can't remember what the terms are to get to them. What I'm talking about here is most of you have seen me use in your comments or premieres or live stream chats. What I can do, what anybody can do, especially on a computer, right? I type very fast, but I can use a colon and just put the letters PR, and all of a sudden the pray emoji comes up. So we could call that any number of different things, right? There's a lot of different ones, prayer beads and things like that. I'll use thumbs up, and this one's, you got to be careful because thumbs down comes up before thumbs up, so you got to make sure you don't make a mistake. You'll upset a lot of people if you go into somebody's chat and hit a thumbs down by mistake. I'm sure I've done it at least once. And thank you, Scratch and PPA. Yes, I'm going to try not to do too much story time and rambling today, but I've missed a couple more things here. So Serdank for Jesus dropped a super chat. I'm going to get them onto the list. They'll come up right after Izzy Pop. And then we see that also First Floor Audio sent its super chat, and I missed that as well. So forgive me for that. That's Lee from the UK, and we'll see what he's got going on for new music on his channel. Right after Serdank for Jesus and Handicapped Traveler, and then Holistic Hip Style. Good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And forgive me if I'm mistaken. I think this is your first time here, so hopefully you're feeling welcome. And then, yeah, forgive me, Lee. I didn't mean to miss that. I'm just rambling like I always do. I'm doing a really bad job. I don't know why it is. I'm not seeing anything that's going on in the chat. It's right beside me. When you see me look over here, that's what I'm looking at. But I talk so much that I miss a lot of what's going on. You can usually scroll back about 15 minutes, but it depends on how much activity there's been in the chat. So in Tuber Chat, it can be about 15 minutes, but it can also likely be a little more truncated, as they say. What if there's emojis in your name? So Holistic Hip Style might be okay. It's just what I'm saying is when we're searching for each other's channels, for somebody like It's Me Alec, I'll show you what I mean. I'll copy It's Me Alec, even though we've talked about the channel, and I'll put it in the search results again, and you'll see what happens, right? First of all, it's all content, not channels. Even when I tell YouTube that I want channels, it's saying there's no channel, no results found, right? But if I take the special characters off and hit enter again, look, It's Me Alec comes up first. Even in the general content, even when I click on channels, we see that they're going to come up first. And finally, it looks like the search results are improving, because I promise you, I complain about the glitches and different problems on YouTube as much as anybody. But over the last maybe month, the search results seem to have really improved and are doing what they're supposed to do. So when I look, for instance, for Izzy Pop, they're likely going to come up very quickly. They're going to be the next channel that we're going to look at. And look at that. Right away, they come up. Finally. Right? Because we've been at this for a long time. I know they've changed their handle a few times and things like that. Is he Dangerfield? Average Growers, forgive me, I didn't say hello to you, but I know you've been here since the beginning of the stream. Fuzzy Adventures and More is here. And then, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And then, yeah, Butler Family Farm. I took all my notes off my screens when I moved out of my office last year. It's right at this time, actually. And I haven't added any. I really should. Diamond Paint, Carrie Lynn, good to see you in the house. Missy's channel is also here. So again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. What we're going to do right now, though, we'll take a break for a few minutes. I'll give my voice a rest for a moment, and we will play a clip from our interview series. We've got a series of videos now on the Tuber Chat channel. There's 5 of them, a 6th one coming. And all of the creators that are featured in what we're calling interviews here, they share their insights about all the things that they are going through, all the things they've been going through. And they basically let us know what they think we need to hear based on our conversation about how to get 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. So one of the questions that's going to come up, especially when we've got a channel that's just grown, I mean, you guys have content getting into like well over 200,000 views, and people are always going to want to know how they can get more views on their video shorts and streams. So what can you tell us in your experience that you would give somebody as advice now?
I'm going to go first.
Yeah, you're a master at this one.
Don't be afraid to go back and change the thumbnails and the tags and the titles and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be afraid to do that. It doesn't have to be the exact same as it was when you posted it. If you have a better idea for a title or a thumbnail or a description or anything like that, go ahead and try it. Because no matter how many times you change it, YouTube is going to pick something.
Yep.
And it might push it out more. More people might like maybe the colour scheme on it or the wording on it or something like that. And that'll help bring more people in. That's what I think anyway. Because we were afraid to do that for a long time. And then when we started doing that a little bit, we noticed a bit more growth.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's my opinion. What do you think?
Well, a lot of what Danielle said is spot on. But the thing about it is, that's what's great about YouTube. You have that space to just go, you know, I didn't like that idea the first time it went up. Like, we've had thumbnails and we've had tags, we've had hashtags and stuff. We thought, oh, this is gonna go, it's gonna be the best thing ever.
Yeah.
And no, it just went straight into the toilet.
Yeah.
But that's fine, because the beautiful part is you can go back, you can change it over, you can go, I'll experiment with this. Sometimes it could be, now this is what is crazy about YouTube, could be a tag changed.
Yeah.
It could be the title. Like, as much as people go, it's the thumbnail, like the title does play a major part. Because like, if you turn around, let's say a plane flying in the sky, or you turn around and say a plane does a nosedive and then lands perfectly, what sounds better? Maybe that might work for some people, but see the way the two titles, like, well, I can just look at a plane or, oh, what's going to happen here?
Right.
I don't know why I used the plane, but that's just where I went for it.
Yeah, but you're absolutely
just the
right.
contrast of like titles and tags,
It does make a difference.
It does. It's like, from our experience anyway, it has. Like, we've went back and sometimes we just changed the thumbnail, and that did make a big difference. Like, there, what thumbnail we doing on? We done it on one of the military videos, and we done it actually the Star Spangled Banner video.
Okay.
We had the original thumbnail for that. We thought was the best thing we ever made. Got rid of it. See, this is what happens. Like, a month later, we're like, wow, this is the worst thing we could have ever put up. And I know people are probably going, no, it's really good, but this is what happens in your own head. You're like, wow, this is like not great. But we changed it to that one, and we love that one, and probably next month we'll change it again. But don't be afraid to change around your content and really experiment with what's out there.
That's great advice. All right, let's go for 3.5 minutes and come right back. All right, we're just about back. We're going to look at Izzy Pop. I got a couple more names on the wheel there, and I cleaned up the wheel a little bit. So for anybody who's still listening or watching, members and moderators, just please be active in the chat. I'll get you back on the wheel if I removed your name, but we do that a few times. Members and moderators are always added as soon as we see them in the chat, and re-added if I've removed them, and you know what I mean. It's... Pardon me, Izzy Pop is up on the screen. It's Chocolate Drop was added to the wheel, as well as I am Betty J. Gathers, a beloved and dedicated moderator, of course. Go with the Flow Farm is here, and this is kind of cool that they're here because they messaged, and I got that comment. Obviously, they know because I responded, but basically what happens sometimes on YouTube, and this has been at least for the last 5.5 years, probably longer. Sometimes you go into somebody's chat, whether it's a premiere or a live stream, or even if you're trying to leave a comment, you leave something and it doesn't show up. There's a couple of reasons why that can happen. And the first reason why is because you might have said something like, if you say like, hey, I just subscribed to you, chances are YouTube's going to hide that comment everywhere. But especially on channels like Superchat, you can add a list of words that you do not want said in your live chats or left in comments. And that could be basically when we think about family-friendly content. There's a whole list of all the 4-letter words we may not want used. And so you can put that into your channel settings. That's one thing. But there is a glitch that's been out there for almost ever. And basically what happens is some channels come into the chat, they just can't be seen. So you're typing, your messages show up, and you feel like everybody's just ignoring you. And you're like, the host doesn't say hi, the moderators don't say hi, nobody knows I'm here. And then you're like, okay, forget you, I'm leaving, right? But what's happening is you're not banned or blocked on the channel. It's just that YouTube's got this glitch. So Go With The Flow Farm the other day was trying to get in and couldn't be seen. But you can see that they're a member, actually a long-standing member. And so it doesn't make sense. They're here all the time. Why wouldn't they be able to come in? It's just a glitch. What you can do in your channel settings, there's an area where you add your moderators and banned users and all that stuff. There's something called approved users. And there's a couple of uses for that, but one of those uses is when you put somebody into that list as an approved user, it's usually what is needed to fix that problem. And we've seen this time and time again over the years. So again, if you hear these stories or if you experience it yourself where somebody says, hey, I tried to go in this channel and they blocked me, they might not be blocked. If you're blocked on a channel, you know. You probably said something or somebody said something. And it's not always somebody's fault. Sometimes you have trigger-happy mods. I've been banned on channels right away just because of the name Tuberchat. They think it's like a spam account or a robot account, and I have to reach out to a host or moderators on social networks and say like, hey, it's just me, and you know, that kind of thing. So that happens all the time. But that's just something to think about because it's been a while since that's happened. But Go With The Flow Farm is now in the chat, which is great. Tim Mitchell is also here. Forgive me, I didn't catch you last night. They did their live stream, I think, the Twizzlers live stream, if I'm not mistaken. But it came up recommended for me today. And then Bichu, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Please let me know if there's a better way to pronounce that name. It's good to see you here. I think this is the first time you're joining us.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
So here's where the section is, right? In your channel settings, under community moderation, under user management, and then you've got your lists of the users. But one of them is this, approved users. And you can see how many friends we've got in there. Many of the channels that, look, Just Jason Keto's in there. All these channels just had trouble coming in at some point, and this fixed it. But you'll see that somewhere here is go with the flow farm. There they are. So that's what solves that problem. Just to reiterate. So next up, we're going to talk about Izzy Pop, and this creator dropped a super chat earlier. I certainly do appreciate that extra generous support. Oh, am I mistaken, Tim Mitchell? Yeah, it came up quickly. I quickly noticed it probably while I was clicking. You know how sometimes you click and you're like, oh, wait. And then when you try to refresh, it doesn't come back on the homepage, that kind of thing. Who knows, right? So the live stream is actually tomorrow's Sunday night live stream, Cooking with the Munchie Mafia officials, on every Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern. So there is plenty of time to catch that live stream. And then, yeah, that's it. Go with the flow farm. Okay, so forgive me. I know I said I wasn't going to get into story time, and it's not really. But when we talk about that thing that I just showed everybody, which is how to fix the problem when somebody is not banned on your channel, but they still can't get in. The first thing is just to ask them to reset their device. I know it shouldn't work, but it does. Even in 2025, reset the computer, reset the phone, reset the tablet, but it works most of the time. If not, adding them into that approved users list. The problem is 99% of creators don't know what on earth you're talking about when you say an approved users list, because we basically never use it. Right? It's only for this and one other thing that has to do with live streams and the chat. You can put a certain number of people in there that are allowed to chat. Nobody else can, even if it's not just a members only live stream, if that makes any sense. But it's a little bit advanced for what we're talking about here. But that means you've got to try to let a host know that there's this thing called approved users, and you needed to be added in there, and then you have to wait for them, because they might say like, yeah, okay, I don't know what you're talking about, but I'll get to it when I can. And that's it. But here in the Tuber Chat family, we've talked about it a few times. Our moderators know what it is and things like that, because we've been through it. So at some point, with some patience, you'll get through it. If there's a channel you need to get in touch with, hopefully we always have patience with each other. Have fun in nature. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And forgive me for all I'm missing, because I'm not reading the chat as much as when I'm talking, let's just say, of whatever, you know what I mean to say. I'm tripping over my words again today. And then, yeah, that's perfect. Go with the flow farm. A good suggestion is, if you feel like you can't be seen in people's chats, but you know you're not blocked on the channel, or you're sure you're not, just leave them a comment and let them know nicely, but on any video, and at some point they'll likely look at it in their YouTube studio. What I always recommend, no matter what you're doing, when you want your comment to really be seen or noticed, and this goes for any comment you're leaving on any video, 3 or 4 sentences stands out. And you know that that's right, because how often do you get comments on your channel that are 3 or 4 sentences? It almost never happens. People are like, hi, nice to see you, or things like that. Even I do that to people all day, but you know what I'm talking about. So when you really want to stand out, a small paragraph is enough to make that happen. And then oh, that's cool. Tim Mitchell's going to do vertical and horizontal at the same time. There's new exciting features coming out from some of these live streaming platforms, right? Like Streamlabs now has a system similar to what Apple calls handoff. If you're an iPhone user and a Mac user, you can do something on the computer and then just pick up your phone and keep doing the same thing. You don't have to save and open a file like we used to have to do in the past and things like that. So now they're doing the same thing with live streaming. You'll be able to be live from your computer, but then just pick up the phone and leave if you want to, or walk around and then come back to the computer if you want to, which is really, really cool in my opinion. One of the reasons why I never live stream right after Tuber Chat is because how am I going to go from here to outdoors without a delay and say, oh, hang on, everybody, please wait while I walk outside. That's not going to work. But when you can go right from one thing to another, even in different channels, you can go like from your live stream into another channel's live stream and then start walking, but you're bringing everybody with you. That's a different thing. If that makes any sense. I don't know if it does, but you know what I mean. So there's lots of features coming. And then, yeah, pardon me for all I'm missing in the chat. If anybody needs me to elaborate on anything, just please mention, and I'll try to pick up where I left off there. Izzy Pop is up on the screen now, and this is a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, an over-the-top generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They want to help us with a lot of different things. They do graphics, banners, avatars, and more graphic design and digital art and things like that. And they share with us some of the tools that are out there, and they do tutorials, and they're willing to do that work for people as well. They've done tons of them already. This creator has a lot of interesting videos on their channel where they're making music, I believe with the Suno system. I know there's a few of them out there now, but they've always been known for these elaborate banners, avatars, and other graphics. And then they've got often music and animation in most of their videos. Some of them are a little bit different. I'm going to rerun this one. I don't know why my red line is not all the way across on that. And then this creator also has shorts, so they're doing something a little bit different than the latest ones I see. But when we look at the most popular ones, some of these have really moved. 22,000, 61,000, my dear goodness. And then live streams on the channel as well. I've been lucky enough to catch Izzy Pop many times for live streams, and the conversation can go just about anywhere once they get started, because they're usually on for a couple of hours at least, as you can see. But they've got a vibrant, loyal, and dedicated community that helps to keep the chat going and things like that. So hopefully everybody will connect with Izzy Pop. They are now well over 2,000 subscribers, but actually getting close to 2,100. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. Izzy Pop, forgive me. You know what I'm trying to do in my mind for real when I'm looking at channels? I'm trying to think. I'm going through my usual speech, and I say the same things over and over. Some of them sound like scripts, right? Just because I've talked about channels like that. Izzy Pop's been on Superchat 100 times, probably, right? And so I've talked about this channel so much, and I'm trying to think if there's anything I can say that's different from what I always say. And then I end up tripping, instead of just saying what I'm supposed to say, and that's it. So, yes, I don't mean to downplay anybody's videos, but Izzy Pop, yes, has been making interesting music with impressive animations, and they've always been known for these truly glorious thumbnails, and their graphic art and graphic design skills are just spectacular. So, and they've changed up many, many times before. With their avatar, their banner, and everything else. So, yeah, I should be segueing a little bit smoother. You would think that after all this experience, too, I'd be a little more smoother with everything, but I just race through all my speeches all the time.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
And then, Sir Dang for Jesus is coming up. This is actually a creator with a couple of channels. It's Handicapped Traveler, and this is a second channel for them. Paul Hirius, good to see you in the house. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Or correctly, and if I'm not, just please let me know if there's a better way for me to correct that. I always want to promote everybody's channel the way they want it promoted. And thank you again, by the way, Izzy Pop, and then Sir Dank for Jesus, and First Floor Audio for these super chats. I really do appreciate the extra generous support. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. We'll get back to spinning the wheel shortly. I'll continue to add names to the wheel from the chat list like I usually do. I'll get that started in another couple of moments. Izzy Pop should come up in the middle of a forest. without too much trouble. Their link would have been dropped when they dropped that super chat automatically by one of the chatbots, Streamlabs, I think. Or Izzy Pop, if you don't mind dropping your handle in the chat while somebody's trying to catch you. Oh, Polaris. Okay, yes. Polaris. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I said Arius, I think. So forgive me for that. I'm reading too fast, too. I'm speaking too fast, reading too fast, rushing. This is when all of these mistakes happen. Always from rushing. I say it every day. And then, thank you, Tim Mitchell. Yeah, lots of work. I understand. Lost in the Wool Knit and Crochet Podcast. Good to see you in the house. And thank you for coming in. I have found over the years that the longer names are easier for me to remember a lot of the time. Sir Dank for Jesus comes to us from Handicapped Traveler. This is spiritual inspiration on this channel. I think everybody gets the idea just from the thumbnails alone here. I'm just going to grab the latest video, though. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. They were posting almost daily for a while, so very frequently, either way. That playlist, by the way, I call it my catch-up list, but it's meant for me to catch up with channels, get caught up, keep caught up. You know what I mean. And it was lovingly named by our dear friend Ghostly Winds several years ago. They've been with us for the last 5 years. Handicapped Traveler is up on the screen right now. This is the original channel from the same creator, from Sir Dank for Jesus. And they typically bring travel-based content from the perspective that you can imagine of somebody requiring accessibility. We say it a little bit differently in Canada, right? But Handicapped Traveler also brings a lot of cooking videos. They've brought us into their home a million times. They do other travel and they do other outdoor content, giving us stories to be told as well. Kristen was actually just saying this morning, looking at the trees while we were driving around Niagara Falls where we live, that the fall colors have already passed here. It's so quick. We go right from summer almost to winter. There's almost no opportunity to catch the trees while they're changing colors because the first ones to change start losing their leaves right away. And that's already happening around here, but it's great that you've got a video that can show a little bit of that. I often, not always, but often mention that about channels that are able to give us all 4 seasons and content, because you see so many different things between the summer and then this winter weather. That's done really well for them with these shorts. They've gotten into 2,700 views on a couple of these, and then live streams on the channel as well. This creator tends to go live once a month. They're going to be on later again this month. I think they do it, I was going to say on Friday. Thanksgiving's on Thursday, right? In the United States. I'm in Canada. We had our Thanksgiving a month ago. But Handicapped Traveler will be looking forward to this live stream. So they do typically the last Friday of every month, but this one says 4th annual Thanksgiving live stream. Now, I set notifications for everything I see, whether they're premieres or live streams, even though I have the notification bell on for every channel, and that's just in the spirit of doing as much as we possibly can for each other, making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible as well. Handicapped Traveler, thank you for another super chat. They've done that a million times before. So has Izzy Pop, and so has First Floor Audio.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
And thank you. Yes, Michael's Adventures. Thanksgiving for our American friends will be on the last Thursday of this month. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Oh, interesting. Polaris. Yeah, it might be, I'm guessing at 12 hours. I can't imagine what city you might be in. Because I know North Bay is probably 19 or 20 hours from me. Thunder Bay. North Bay is probably only 7 or 8. and for the life of me, I can't remember what's in between without looking at a map. I haven't been that far ever driving myself. I've been to North Bay and that's it. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Greenland Quilter Katie is here. Tim Mitchell, thanks for keeping that membership going. And then First Floor Audio is up on the screen. This is Lee from the UK. This is a talented singer, songwriter, producer, and performer. Their original works are released as albums, usually about 12, here 15 tracks at a time. And you see they've got several albums, lots of original content here. And I'm just going to grab one of the songs for today that I hadn't already listened to. I'm going to put this into that catch-up list I keep talking about. Shorts on the channel are typically just to promote a few of the live streams, but this is where the magic happens on this channel. Lee is producing and performing all the time over here, usually several times a week. Sometimes they do themed music, like an 80s sounding or style night. But First Floor Audio hops in and, you know, he even brings the audience into the content. He's done, I don't know how many Tuber Chat songs, like right on the fly there. First Floor Audio has been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter for as long as I can remember. They've been with us for years, literally. They're working on 1,300 subscribers now, and they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships. I've got the notification on for the live stream that's coming up tonight. They'll be on at 6 p.m. So Tuber Chat will 6 p.m. Eastern. Tuber Chat will end at 5 p.m. Just Jason Keto has a premiere for us right after Tuber Chat. And then we know that shortly after that, First Floor Audio is going to do their live stream. This is their typical one. Sometimes they have guests, but they have a vibrant community that's in the chat all the time while they're producing and performing. Tim Mitchell just gifted a handful of memberships. He's done that countless times before. And I certainly do appreciate the extra generous support. We're going to look at his 3 channels in another moment here. And I know all the recipients of those gifted memberships will be happy to have those. I'm not sure if 7 Stacks is still here, but they might be. They were here earlier in the stream. Oh, and then, yeah, so Lost in the Wool Knit and Crochet podcast. Most channels, or some channels, are showing handles instead of names. That's a change that YouTube went through. I thought they were going to do it a long time ago. I went through this whole speech about how, like, we better be careful with our, not careful, but conscious of our handles, because YouTube seems to be following, as they usually do, the ways of TikTok and Instagram and everybody else. And I figured that's how we're going to start to be known, is by our handles more than our names. But they've got a few different things. Just Jason Keto pointed out the fact that it seems like branded channels, which is a bit of an advanced topic for what we usually talk about here, but YouTube used to force us into making these branded channels, and it's really meant for somebody who wants to do a whole bunch of channels and have them all under one umbrella name. Like you have Coca-Cola, and then you got Sprite, and then you got Canada Dry Ginger Ale, and you got root beer and all that stuff. It's kind of that idea. Not that I'm saying it very clearly, but I'm sure you get the idea. So those channels, like Tuber Chat, still have names, and I don't know if those are going to change at all. But that's kind of the reasoning behind this. It seems that they're leaning towards handles and they're switching things. YouTube, when they make a decision, almost never backpedals. Like, they probably will not change it back. I know a lot of times they do things that change. A lot of the social networks will change things, and everybody snaps, nobody likes it, but they don't go back. They've done their focus group, they've pushed it out to a small number of channels and things like that, and once they make the decision, it seems to stick. 7 Stacks, I've got you on the wheel now. You picked up that gifted membership, and we always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. So for as long as you're a member, you'll be added to the wheel as soon as I see you in the chat, anytime you're here. Coach Julia Edens, forgive me, I saw you earlier. I didn't put you on the wheel yet. I'm going to do that right this second. And Chiplo75 has been added. We'll get talking about Tim Mitchell's channels in a quick second here. And thank you again for the extra generous support. And Butler Family Farm was at the hospital, but they're on their way home now. So I'm assuming that that's good news. But thank you for letting us know. And then I feel free, he says. Yeah, yes, Tim Mitchell, gifted memberships galore. He's done this so many times. It literally, when I say countless times, it's because I wouldn't be able to figure out how many times. Now Michael's Adventures is gifting a membership as well, so thank you for that. Chiplo75 will be happy to have picked that up. I've already got them on the wheel because of that. So thank you for that, my dear friend Michael's Adventures. He's been a beloved and dedicated moderator ever since the beginning of Tuber Chat, basically 5 years now. And, pardon me, I've lost my group. I always have a Facebook group or Instagram group open with the moderators here so that we can keep in touch if we need to. And I know most people here have seen that Instagram changed their buttons. So your chat button is not at the top right anymore. It's at the bottom middle. And that's got me confused. Took me long enough to start using the thing, let alone when they move things around. But this is what I mean about changes. And once it comes, it's probably not going to change back. And then, oh, I must have missed one. Scratch and PPA is catching that. Thank you. You know, I talk all the time about how Scratch and PPA is truly a shining jewel in the Tuber Chat family. Not only has he been here over 800 times now, and I'm not exaggerating, for the entirety of the streams, but he's always paying attention and keeping up. I did ask him once, it's been a long time, but I did ask Pete in a private message or whatever. I asked him, how you feeling about Tuber Chat these days and this and that, because it's been so long. He does so much for so many people, and it'd be the most horrifying day to imagine that someday Pete won't want to do it anymore and things like that. You never want to put pressure on your friends, but you want to ask, like, hey, how you doing? And he's always been great for giving me ideas about things that he's seen in the YouTube streets, or noticing when people have birthdays or people have special videos or other things I might miss, and things that have happened in Tuber Chat and this and that. But, if you could believe it, not only is he here as much as he is, and I know we've got lots of friends that are here for every stream, hours at a time, and I do appreciate it, but also paying attention the whole time and catching more things than I do while I'm trying to host the thing, you can imagine. So I hope everybody will connect with Scratch and PPA, because I'd love for you to get some of that support coming back to you as well. All of our moderators have an overwhelming sense of generosity, including Michael's Adventures, who, like I said, just gifted a membership as well. So we will look at his channel in a quick second here. He's on every day. He's actually got 2 series a day now, if you can imagine that, and well over 4,000 videos on his channel altogether, between videos and shorts. Palazzo Place, good to see you here. We really are going to talk about Tim Mitchell any second now. When I say he's got 3 channels, he produces videos and live streams for 2 different channels, and they're constantly upgrading by the sound of it as well, thinking about the audience and how they can put on an even better show as time goes on. But I'll show you the other 2 channels in a quick moment here. We'll talk about Tim Mitchell because he started a channel of his own. He's got a bit of content here. This creator tends to take us on the road for a lot of live streaming, and dashcam footage seems to have done well. You see, even there's a highlight from one of the live streams there. When you are live streaming on the YouTube platform, you can hit this button and it cuts a highlight into your video, basically content from your live stream automatically. The last 5 minutes up to the second that you hit the button. So if you're live streaming and something cool happens, everybody's laughing, or you're outdoors and something exciting happens, when you hit that button, it gives you an unlisted video, 5 minutes long, like what you see here, and then you can dress it up and name it and put a thumbnail on it and release it if you want to. So that's kind of cool and great to know that Tim Mitchell's already using that feature. Here's the shorts I'm talking about with some dash cam footage and other outdoor footage already at 1,200 views, 1,500 views, 1,600 views on some of these, and then live streams. This is what I'm talking about. Now, I haven't caught him for a while, about a month now. I got to have a really early afternoon to be able to catch Tim Mitchell. I am on... I have a full-time gig now that is not quite 9 to 5. I usually work much earlier than that, but I am required to be available until 5 p.m. Eastern. So I am not always available at 2 or 3 or 4 in the afternoon, but I'm looking forward to catching Tim Mitchell when I can. We got notification bells on for every single channel, of course. The Groves Bargain Emporium, Steph, I did get you on the wheel, by the way. And I know Mr. Steph will be there and likely listening beside you. Chef CV is coming up. Oh, I'm typing in Chef CV because I know it's the handle, but it's Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official. And this is what I was talking about. Actually, in the recommendation engine, one of these thumbnails came up for me recommended today. I don't know if you mean to have 2 there. Oh, you actually, yes, you do. Forgive me, because you said earlier in the stream you're going to do horizontal and vertical at the same time. So that'll be cool to see. And that's going to be tomorrow because they're on every Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern. You always get the local time when you look on your own logged in account, let's just say, right, when you're watching YouTube. So mine says 9 p.m. tomorrow because I'm in the Eastern time zone. Now, Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official features Chef CV. And then this creator is going to bring us around the kitchen, not just to make interesting and delicious looking meals and dishes, but this creator will help us navigate the kitchen and some of the other bakeware and cookware and appliances and things we might need to learn about. There's one special video here. I'm always happy to hear stories like this and see videos like this. And how Timmy and I met is an interesting video. It's only 9 minutes long. It's perfect to connect with, actually, and then watch and listen to. I'm sure a lot of people here like stories like that. You can imagine what that video is, but it's cool to see. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 1,300 views, 1,200 views on another one, which is great. They're still moving. And then live streams, like I said, every Sunday, they've got this glorious, colorful Wheel of Misfortune, and the audience gets involved. You can help pick ingredients that are going to enter that wheel, and you can stick Chef CV with having to make whatever comes up from that wheel, and I promise you it can be very interesting because she makes a lot of things that I would not consider traditional, which is really cool. Like, you'd have to, somebody like me would have to expand their I don't know, culinary vocabulary, let's just say, to catch some of the things that she's making here. But I'll let you watch the channel and see what on earth I'm talking about. The unofficial, official, off-topic squirrel is a complimentary channel, and this is where we get more of a behind-the-scenes look at Chef CV. Sometimes still in the kitchen, but most often out on adventures or giving us stories that they tell. This creator's got shorts on this channel as well. These have gotten into 1,000 views now, which is great to see. 1,200 on another one, and then live streams on the channel. And this channel typically goes live once a month. They might surprise us with another one, but they typically play Cards Against Humanity, and I personally have seen that game more than once. So hopefully everybody will connect with Tim Mitchell, the unofficial, official off-topic squirrel, and Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official. Obviously generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters. And then, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Boy, can I talk. Sometimes I think about that. Tomorrow night, tripe, chitlins, hash brown patties, cactus, and Twizzlers. My dear goodness. Oh, I see. You must have been waiting for the Twizzlers to come up on the wheel. And then thank you, everybody, for your patience. We're going to start trying to move a little bit farther. Sage and Scale, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Forgive me for not being certain if this might be your first time here with us.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
Oh, here, you want to get stressed out? Go with the Flow Farm. I copied your name out of the chat. So here's what happens. Actually, I'm overreacting here. Go with the Flow Farm. Didn't want to come up right away. This is one thing we might not think about all the time. And it happens both on a computer, like on a browser, or on a tablet, or on a phone, wherever we are. When I search Go with the Flow Farm, YouTube wants to respell it for me, thinking I made a mistake. So I've got to say, no. Search for what I wanted you to search for. When they do that, then it comes up perfectly. So that's something that we can do, but we got to watch for that, right? Because we might, if you're like me, you click too fast and skip everything and have to go back and figure out what on earth happened. Himani Manjaro Journey India, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Tim Mitchell says Twizzlers has been on the wheel for over a year. They were waiting for it to come up. And then thank you, Paul Harris. This channel, it's not my idea. The idea of a growth stream, there were hundreds of them, if not thousands, right before I started. Probably for about a year before I started. And what happened was, back in the day, you didn't have to have 1,000 subscribers or 4,000 hours of watch time to get monetized. And I know they've changed the rules now. It's 500 subscribers, 3,000 hours of watch time. But that rule came in after I started running my first YouTube channel, which is like 9 years ago now. It belonged to somebody else, not even my own. And that channel had to go through a bit of a fight over monetization and stuff like that. But what that sparked as a rule were all these growth streams that came out. But what I found is that when I got introduced to a couple of small YouTubers, as we are lovingly called a lot of the time, I was amazed because a couple of people said, hey, come with us. We're going to introduce you to everybody. And they were doing similar to what we're doing here in the chat. Some of those creators are still with us today. You'll hear me mention them when they come in. That's 6 years now, if you can imagine that. So it's great to know that we have people here all the time that are willing to support you years into the future. And we know that because we've seen the past, right? The past 5.5 years have told us. But when I decided to start Tuberchat as a channel, it was even more special because I said to those creators, hey, I'm going to do a channel that does exactly what you're doing, but I'm going to do mine a little bit differently. And they didn't say, don't do it, don't copy us, go find your own thing and everything else. It was the opposite. They said, we'll help you build it. And they did. And it only took a few months of gaining subscribers and things. We started streaming about 5.5 years ago. And the community continues to grow now. But the focus here is on friendships. So the whole idea of the channel being called Tuberchat is because the magic happens in the chat. It has nothing to do with me. I'm just here to talk for 3 hours while the chat goes on. I put channels on the screen because that's the best idea we have for what to do for 3 hours. But I promise you, it's the least important things, these things I'm talking about. When I put a channel on the screen, 5, 10, 20 people do not run over there and subscribe because that's not what we're doing. The magic here is in the idea that I've been on social media forever, and I understand that if you can make friends, true friends with other creators on YouTube, you will be there to support each other for most of what you're going to come up with in the future. And basically what happens is the more friends that you make here in this community on this channel, someday everybody here is going to have their 2,000, 3,000, 10,000, maybe even 100,000 subscribers, and probably even more for a lot of creators. And when people ask you how you did it, how did you grow your channel, how did you become successful, you're going to have no choice but to say, guess what? There's this channel called Tuberchat, and a lot of my most loyal and dedicated supporters came from that community. And I hear the pleasant things people say about this community. I appreciate it greatly. But there's a lot that goes into this. Forgive me, I'll get over my speech in a second, but I do want to mention, I hope everybody will connect with our moderators here. There are not a lot, but they are all very dedicated. They all care deeply about the YouTube journey. They're fellow creators, and they all have an overwhelming sense of generosity. So you could do the same thing you're doing here in all of their premieres and live streams. But I wouldn't be able to do what we're doing the way we're doing it if it wasn't for their help. You see how many things I've missed today that Scratch and PPA has caught. But Jason's always watching. Betty's always watching. Tiffany from Canadian Family Life. Michael. They're always trying to help, and catch the things that I miss or deal with the things that I don't necessarily have to spend time on in the chat, if that makes any second. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. So forgive me. I know I'm getting into long speeches today. But I do want to cover these things because I don't talk about it all the time. The source is on the wheel. And then, Rockin' Coach Amy has sent friends over. She was brought over by Just Jason Keto. And this kind of thing happens for everybody's channel. Nobody here needs me to say that. You know that already. As soon as you ask people to share, usually people share. You get some new friends. And this is the kind of thing that goes on. But I promise you, if friendships are the focus, then the channels really have a strong and solid foundation. It's not just about subscribers. I'm sure we all know what it's like to have people say they're going to subscribe, and then they do, but then they never come back again, right? Everybody goes through a bit of that until you realize, you know what, that's not what I wanted. It's useless having, 100 or 1,000 subscribers that never watch my content because they were only there for the numbers. There's nothing wrong with it. I wish for everybody to get what they want out of YouTube, but we're here for more than that. We all support each other's channels regardless of category or niche. And you might be making fans, you might be turning your new friends into fans of your style of content or genre. I can't tell you how many knitting circles I've sat and watched while hanging out in the chat. Makeup tutorials, lottery ticket scratching, outdoor live streams, fishing, camping, hiking, all the different things that you can imagine. So these are just ideas. And then, thank you, Tim Mitchell. But this is what I mean, so that's why the community continues to grow. That's why it's so strong and solid. And that's why most of the people here are of the same mindset, right? Is because, first of all, I got the 20-minute time limit on the chat for new people. Everybody's been through that here, or most people. And then the words that I use are meant to actually scare off people who won't be wanting to do what we do. When I say generosity over and over and over again, it sounds like maybe I'm a fanatic over the word, but I promise you it's intentional. Everything I do has a rhyme or reason to it, whether it makes sense to everybody or not. And not every idea I have, of course, is going to work, but most of them do most of the time. And so therefore we continue to grow, if that makes any sense. So thank you, everybody, for your patience. I know I'm rambling today. Go with the Flow Farm is up on the screen. And this is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. We're extra happy to have them here today because they couldn't get into the last couple of streams. Luckily, this is a creator with patience. And they were able to reach out, leave a comment, let me know they couldn't get into the chat so we could do the thing I showed about an hour ago when we were talking about adding people into your approved users list. But if anybody has trouble with that, you can just message me and I'll help you get through it. It's all of our moderators know how to do it because I've talked about it a million times. But I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well. And then yes, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. Go with the Flow Farm is going to bring us a bit of variety. They've actually been doing a lot of unattended live streams on their channel, and this is what I was talking about earlier, where you have usually pleasing audio, pleasing visuals of different types. A lot of creators are looping these. That's why live streams get into 5 hours, 8 hours, 9 hours, and it's meant that people can just trickle in, say hello, connect with each other, and some of these get views, especially if they're vertical live streams, right? They get caught up in the shorts feed, which brings a lot more of everything. with it. And then Go With The Flow Farm is working on 1,400 subscribers now. They've got shorts over here with more variety, but a lot of outdoor footage, getting into 5,000, even almost 6,000, and one over 10,000 views now. And then videos on the channel as well, where we get to see a lot of outdoor footage. I'd almost consider this channel to be included in the homesteading community, but the reason why more than anything else is because I group a lot of channels into the homesteading genre or category when I talk about it. It could be farming, ranching, gardening, fishing, hiking, camping, anything outdoors, because these creators tend to bring similar content and similar intent in wanting to share knowledge and resources with each other. So let's spin the wheel and we'll see that the source is coming up.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
And then the source is up here right now. This creator is actually known as a force for good when it comes to connecting creators. Now the source has what I would consider a variety channel. We get to know the creator behind the channel. They bring us a lot of interesting variety in content, a lot of chance to literally get to know them. They take us out to the beach all the time, so they got to be lucky to be around that frequently, even for live streams. But one of the things that they do is a lot of shout outs for other creators. They got StreamYard panels as well. Sometimes they'll cut a highlight out of that. Shorts on the channel feature even more variety, getting into 1,200, 1,500 views. But this creator also does a lot of live streaming, and you see the interviews they have here. They were just mentioning the idea that Red's room was going to be in there, so that'll be about a half an hour from now. They do the support wheel live streams, similar to what we're doing here, in the idea of like getting a bunch of creators together, talking about them, promoting them, and everybody can connect in those live stream chats as well. And this is what I'm talking about. This creator might be on the beach doing some outdoor live streaming, which is cool. And like I said, StreamYard panels where they got lots of friends joining them also. Now the source started coming in here many months ago, and probably in every single live stream since that day, they have sent at least one brand new channel into this community. Imagine if you had a friend like that. Imagine if you started getting a dozen friends like that, or God forbid dozens of friends like that, where you're getting new people all the time into your channel. That's where solid growth is going to come from. The other thing too is when you're featured, like these interviewees are on the channel, or StreamYard panels and things like that. Every time you're featured on somebody else's channel, you're pretty much guaranteed to grab a handful of their most supportive supporters, because it's only the people that really care about the channel that are going to say, hey, wait, who's this new friend that you've got on there that you're talking to? And then it becomes, well, any friend of ours is a friend of yours, and, you know, back and forth, and everybody knows how that goes as well. So it's absolutely true on YouTube, and hopefully everybody will connect with the source. 2,700 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them towards the 2,800 we know they're thinking about. They're monetized, so lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get over there. Forgive me, I forgot to put Michael's Adventures up on the screen. We'll make him the next channel that we look at, and the Gross Bargain Emporium stuff will come up right after that. What we'll do right now, though, we'll take a break for 3.5 minutes, and right before we do, I'm going to play a clip from our interview series again. These are videos on the channel, and I call them interviews, but they really turn into friendly conversations, because all of the creators that are featured have been friends of mine, friends of ours, literally for years, some of them since the beginning of Tuber Chat. What they do is share their insights. They don't all say the same things, and they don't all say the same things I would. But they do give us insight as to how they've gotten over 10,000 subscribers.
So I noticed that you also mentioned subscribers for a quick second there when you're talking about especially the effects you put on the screen or the end of your video. Don't forget to subscribe, things like this. What else can you tell us, especially for anybody just starting their YouTube journey, about how to get more subscribers for their channel?
Still back to just asking. Like, you would be surprised how many people don't say subscribe to my channel.
No.
Just a simple hit that subscribe button, you know, I would appreciate it. I don't do a whole lot of promoting, but promoting your channel works very well. I think honestly, if people can feel naturally, be like, oh, I like this person. But sometimes people will watch and just never subscribe. And sometimes it's just because they just don't think about it. It's like, oh, I didn't even realize I wasn't subscribed to you. So that one little ask is sometimes all the people need to just, you know, subscribe to the channel. I think also realizing that not everybody is going to subscribe. Like, realizing that they might watch your video, but for whatever reason, they just don't want to subscribe to it. Or they just come there for that one reason, that to see that video, and now they're going to go. I think having people promote you is a good thing. And that's also something I think should naturally happen.
Okay.
I know a lot of us, when we start out, we think we have the best ideas, the best personality, and we're going to blow up overnight. And it just doesn't happen like that in the real world. You know, it's going to take time, and you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with, you might never hit 10,000 subscribers, and that's okay. Be there for the 400 that are coming back, you know? Be there for the ones that are coming back and show them that you appreciate them being there, because eventually those are the ones that will mention your name to somebody else. Or, you know, those, if they don't, but they're still coming back. So we have to be okay. I think that's what a lot of new vloggers need to learn. You have to be okay that you might not blow up. You might not be as fabulous as you think you are. You know, somebody is still going to be like, no, I don't like her. And that's okay. That's okay.
I see Rach Aloha is in the house. Create and Relate is also here. Jessie Journals and Unboxes is in the house. She's got a premiere tomorrow. But thank you all for coming in. We're going to go for 3.5 minutes for a quick break, and we'll come right back. All right, we're almost back. Forgive me, I'm just getting a handful of messages that I had to respond to in the background here. But we're going to look at Michael's adventures. I already spun the wheel. The Groves Bargain Emporium. Steph is coming up. Dave's Adventures from the UK dropped a super chat while we're on the break there. And actually, Dave's Adventures is the husband of Kaz's Crafts and More, who was in the chat earlier. And then Sage and Scale, yes. Just like they said family. We use the term family all the time. And then Michael's Adventures is a beloved and dedicated moderator here. All of our moderators, they're almost, it's 8.5 years, let's just say. Is it? No, yeah, getting close to 9 years, I think. Kid Wonder and Rosie's Gaming and Live Stream. So here's a chance for me to just mention for a quick second. I said earlier, you probably see somebody come in who's been with me since before Tuber Chat was even a thought or a channel. Kid Wonder has been with me for well over 6 years now. He was so supportive to me and to us when I was building Tuber Chat from the ground up that he was actually the first creator chosen out of the Tuber Chat family to be featured on episode number 2 5.5 years ago. We're now on 886, if you can imagine that. And he still comes through as often as he can. Kid Wonder's evolved his content and channels over the years. He's got many, but Kid Wonder and Rosie's Gaming Live Stream, I've actually been on that channel because we played one of the games for about an hour together. But thanks for coming in, Kid. And then let's get them onto the wheel. I did clear off a lot of names from the wheel, as I usually do. For any members or moderators that are still watching or listening, as long as you're active in the chat, I'll get you right back on there. Jesse Journals and Unboxes needs to be added. I didn't put them on just yet, but I will right this second. And forgive me while my copy and paste doesn't want to do what I want it to do. There's Greenland Quilter Katie. She's actually going live another little while from now. I thought it was right away, 4:30. So another 45 minutes from now, I think. And we will still be on for a while. Just Jason Keto's got a premiere right after Tuber Chat. And I'm not sure how long his premiere is today. If Just Jason Keto, it doesn't matter, but if he happens to be listening right this second. I'm guessing 10 minutes, 15 maybe, something like that. So Greenland Quilter Katie might still be on. And then Michael's Adventures is on every day at 8 p.m. Eastern. And he's actually started a new series just a couple of weeks ago where he's now got 2 videos a day coming out. And they give us an opportunity to connect the same way we do here, anywhere from half an hour to an hour long. You can see this creator's got over 4,400 videos and shorts on his channel over the last 5 years or so. Working on 1,800 subscribers. He's monetized lots of ways to support him when we get there. And he sets a lot of his premieres in advance. He's usually sometimes even 2 months in advance, but at least a month a lot of the time. So what we can do is scroll down. Now, I haven't set notifications for all of them. I'm not going to do it right this second because it takes a little bit of time. But what we can do is go through and we'll see, like, there's a premiere. He's actually going to run one at 5 o'clock as well, which I had the notification on for already. And then he's got one at 8 o'clock. So he moved one today to be after Tuber Chat. But I did promise the raid to Just Jason Keto for today. I try to mix it up. And Michael's Adventures has raided into ours a million times before, for which I'm grateful. But he'll still be on. Likely after Jason's premiere, because Michael's Adventures, like I said, usually anywhere from a half an hour to an hour. So he features a lot of wildlife. He's got raccoons, foxes, deer, opossums on his channel. Sometimes Traffic Watch, which is like a new series that he's got. He will often take us for a walk around his neighborhood or area, sometimes with stories to be told, either current or about his past and things like that. A chance to get to know the creator. Once in a while, he's playing a game, like a slot machine on a tablet tablet or a phone. One of the shorts here shows that at over 6,000 views. He's got a few lottery tickets here and a little bit more outdoor footage in the shorts on the channel. So hopefully everybody will connect with Michael's Adventures. Like I said, a beloved and dedicated moderator here. And they are all longtime dear friends of mine, dear friends of each other. They all have different channels. They all do different things. But as I mentioned earlier, they all have an overwhelming sense of generosity. So they do the same things we do here. And you will meet more friends when you're in any of their premieres or live streams. The New Miss Maniac, I saw you come in. Thanks for being here. I just put you on the wheel. The Gross Bargain Emporium Steph is coming up right now.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat. And if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
Got Kid Wonder onto the wheel too. The Groves Bargain Emporium Steph is a creator. I mentioned her earlier because I talked about Dawn's channel. These creators do a lot of live streaming together. First of all, we see a few videos on the channel, and she's experimented with a few different types of content. Shorts feature even more variety from this creator. A lot of creators are doing this kind of thing, especially here in the Superchat family, bringing variety into the content on the shorts on the channel, regardless of category or niche. And that can drive a lot of views, a lot of new subscribers and things like that. And then it's up to us to keep them once they get there. But plenty of these shorts, over 1,000 views now, even 1,200 on a couple of them. Now here's what I was talking about, the live streams on this channel. And Steph's got a bunch of different friends, actually. A lot of creators are doing similar live streams. What these are is live auction style sales, where Steph or her guests will put items up on the screen, talk about them, explain what they're about, where they were made, where they were found, and things like that. And you can bid on those items in the chat, and then they'll send the items out. So it's kind of a cool way to do auctions. And these creators have been doing this for a long time. That category and genre is now getting bigger and bigger and exploding across all of social media, actually. A new platform, Whatnot, has come out just for that purpose. But it's great to see these creators have had the insight to do this. Dawn was explaining on one of the live streams the other day that some of the people doing these are literally just doing it for fun. You can imagine when you're selling different things, it depends on what the price of the things are, but the margins can be quite thin. You know, so we always want to support creators. We hope they make enough money to make it worth doing. But a lot of the creators are just doing it for the love of doing it. So they're, you know, not overcharging anybody or any of that stuff. So it's kind of cool. And then Henry Leslie, Vermont, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And hopefully everybody will connect with the Gross Bargain Emporium Steph. She has got a live stream tomorrow again. She'll be on tomorrow. She'll be on Tuesday. So we'll be looking forward to those. I've caught her many times. And I always find it extra special when we find husband and wife or family and friend combos that are really supporting each other. Because the biggest complaint I've gotten on YouTube over the last 8.5 years is, why is it so difficult to get our in real life friends and family members to support our YouTube channels when we can find people online willing to do it? So I'm sure everybody here knows what I mean. But again, I think it's extra special when we do find people getting that extra support. And Mr. Steph is right there beside Steph in the background and in the chat all the time, dropping links, keeping the chat engaged, and supporting Steph with conversation and details and things like that. So it's really cool to see. I just like to recognize that because I think it's great. And I enjoy my time on that channel. They always have pleasant things to say about us, and I appreciate it. A very enthusiastic creator as well, truly a dynamic host. The Gross Bargain Emporium Steph is now well over 500 subscribers, so we'd love to push her a little bit farther towards the 600 we know she's thinking about. I'm assuming that she might still be here listening, but I'm just curious, Steph, how your watch hours are, because we think about that kind of thing whenever channels get to that 500, but I'd be curious to know. And then the Gross Bargain Emporium, Steph, definitely an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
Dave's Adventures, that's a cool logo. I didn't know that, or avatar. Banner's cool too. I didn't know if you had that the last time you were on here. I'm not sure, or if that's really new. And then Vintage Style by Joe still in the house. Raymond Tacular Forever has come in. It's good to see you here. And thank you again, Michael's Adventures, for the gifted membership. And thank you, Dave's Adventures, for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. And then I'll get back to spinning the wheel shortly. Nightbot and Botrix are both here. Yep. And Streamlabs and Stream Elements, hopefully. But this is something everybody can do. The roll call name was inspired by Coastal Water, a longtime dear friend. But by putting a command in the chat bots, just, you know, anything funny like that, roll call, and then they'll just say, hey, Nightbot is in the house, Streamlabs is in the house. We know that they're working because those chat bots can turn themselves off. It happens all the time. I think Streamlabs usually turns itself off once a month. And that's probably to save resources online when we think about data centers and servers and all that interesting stuff. So we have to just keep on top of them, especially when you're making promises about things like super chats and memberships and things like that. If your chatbots are not operating, you want to find ways to make up for that, let's just say. And then Dave's Adventures is up on the screen. This creator dropped a super chat earlier. He's done that countless times before. Like I said, from the UK, he has had his channel evolve and the content as well. And forgive me, getting ahead of myself. The Bud Files is back on the wheel. Jeremy D-Day's been added. Dave's Adventure started with roller coasters and theme park footage and has moved into even more travel over the years, and he's been here since the beginning. He's been with us about 5 years as well. Dave's Adventures is closing in on 1,900 subscribers, which is great to see. And this creator seems to be posting fairly frequently, so they just put up another video 2 weeks ago. I know I'm behind. I'm just going to grab the latest video, put it in that special playlist I have for keeping up with creators or getting caught up. We call it the catch-up list here. It's just a fun name for that. And Dave's Adventures has got live streams on the channel as well. So he's done a couple of these, one of them about a year ago. We'll see if he's going to bring out any more. He's been known to do many live streams, I believe. And then hopefully everybody will connect with this generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. I'm just going to show you his wife's channel for a second. Kaz's Crafts and More. And these creators are always supporting each other. They're always in each other's stuff. This is another example of what I was talking about when we have, either a husband and wife combo, or we've got some cousins on the channel. We've got other family members, other in real life friends supporting each other. And Kaz's Crafts and More, I'm just going to grab one of your latest videos as well. I'll put that into my catch-up list so I can keep caught up with this channel. She's crossed her 500 subscribers, which is great to see. There's shorts on this channel that feature even more travel content. 3,900, 6,400 views on a couple of these, which is great to see, and a lot of video gameplay. So Kaz's Crafts and More has always been known for a lot of gameplay, but she's doing some Tomb Raider over the last couple weeks, which is great to see. So hopefully everybody will connect with Dave's Adventures and Kaz's Crafts and More. Both of you have fantastic avatars and banners now. It's great to see some of the improvements that come and like how the creators and channels evolve over the years, right? I keep saying it. We've been here for 5.5 years now. Some of our friends have been here for most of that time. And when we think about how the channels have evolved. It's wonderful to see, you know, whether it's video production or banners and avatars and graphics and things like that. One of the things I asked Be Amazing Sylvia in our interview, which is the upcoming episode of those video series, I asked her about, like, hey, you've been at this a long time. We've known each other from the beginning of Tuber Chat now. It's been 5 years, maybe 6 years, whatever it is. How have you seen yourself evolve, right? Because I tend to go back and watch some of my older stuff and, you know, try to pick up on things I can improve on and things like that. I hope everybody does a little bit of that, but I'll bet you a lot of creators here, especially if they live stream regularly, by the time you've done 100 live streams, you're like, oh, I'm much better today than I was in the first, you know, beginning of this and everything else. Create and relate. Thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Target Prime Rib is here. Stace has come in. They happen to be a member. I'll put them on the wheel right this second. And we'll see what Create and Relate has got going on their channel. Yeah, I am Betty J. Gathers. Remembers being stuck at 45 subscribers. Jason and I talk about this all the time, but what we find happens on YouTube is you will grow a little bit, right? And you get excited because you're like, oh, the channel's growing. I'm getting new subscribers and things like that. And then it kind of plateaus because, like any chart in the world, things go up and down all the time. YouTube even takes some of our subscribers here and there. And Michael's Adventures and I will joke about it's not 1 step forward, 2 steps back. It's like 5 steps forward and 4 steps back some of the time. But over time it grows, and then you find a bit of a plateau, right? And then it grows again, and then a bit of a plateau, and then it grows again. And almost everybody goes through that. So we feel like we're stuck at an area, and then all of a sudden, bang, something happens, and things start to move. The grind never ends. Yes, says Michael's Adventures. Create and Relate is going to bring a lot of creativity on their channel. They give quite a bit of information on their About section about all the different things we can expect. But between the creating, they've also got a lot of product reviews here. So they got a Cricut machine. They're going to show us how to use that. They've got other crafting tools, other crafting supplies. They do some diamond painting, lots of colorful creations on the channel. And these product reviews can even relate to our YouTube journeys. A hard drive. They've got cameras on the channel. They've got lighting on the channel. Lots of different ideas here. And then this creator's got some shorts. These have started to move into 1,000 views, 1,400 views on one of these, and then live streams on the channel as well. So there's diamond painting I was talking about. They've done quite a few different things when it comes to live streaming, but they do these sporadically. So they did one a couple weeks ago for Halloween. We'll see if they're going to continue. We've got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. So let me spin the wheel.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
Yeah, Jason's making me laugh, but I know it's likely true. Gaining and losing friends all within the last hour. So here's the thing. Here in Tuber Chat, when we're just, like subscribing to somebody, and that's it, and we hope they subscribe to us, I get that happens occasionally, right? Not everybody's going to do everything the way everybody else wishes they would all the time. But the connection and the way that we connect with each other is so important here. We're here for more than just the subscriber. If you make a friend in this community, of course they're going to subscribe, but they're actually going to watch your content and be interested in seeing what you're going to come up with, and things like that. And then Rambling with the Brooms, good to see you in the house as well. He seems to have been doing quite a bit of work by the sound of it. I've got you on the wheel. He's a beloved and dedicated moderator, another fellow Canadian. Create and Relate was up. Kid Wonders Gaming and Live Stream. I just spun the wheel. Let's see what they've got going on.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or at mention TuberChat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
When I saw this channel for the first time, this is Kid Wonder. This is the second channel that he started. He's had many. I'll show you his main channel in a second. But this creator, I noticed the 8-ball pool game right here. That's just something I also happen to play on my phone. I've played that game for years. I haven't played it lately. But when I noticed this, and Kid, obviously has become a friend over the last 6 years, supporting even before TuberChat was a channel. But this creator, I said, hey, one of these days we got to play this. And then I caught him just as he started a live stream. So we played for an hour. He actually streamed it, I think, on both of his channels. But if you go and search that, you'll find it. And it's an interesting game, but he's mixed up the different games here. His channels have evolved over the years, now called Kid Wonder and Rosie's Gaming Live Stream. There's shorts over here at over 1,600 on one of them, which is great. And then live streams. These can be a little bit of variety, as well as a bit of gameplay on this channel. But when we look at Kid Wonder and Rosie's Life of Wonder, we see the original channel from this creator, and this is what I'm talking about. So Kid is the creator that was featured here on episode number 2 that I was talking about. I've been connected to him for about 6 years. He's got some members only content. I see that he's done a few different things, including live stream panels, and release those as videos. It's pure variety over here, but a good chance to get to know Kid. He does a lot of live streaming where you're able to kind of hang out, do some Q&A, keeps us updated about what's been happening in his life and work and everything else. 1,100, 1,500, 2,900 views on some of these shorts on the channel, and live streams are sporadic over here, it seems. He did one a couple of weeks ago, Kid Wonder and Rosie. And some members only content, which is great to know. I got one of your silent streams here. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. I'll just run it after. It's quite lengthy at 9 hours, but I like to make sure my red lines go across everything I've either seen or run, so you know what I mean. And then let's spin the wheel. Greenland Quilter Katie is going live in about 25 minutes.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into TuberChat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
And then next up, Greenland Quilter Katie. Thank you for the mention, by the way, Dave's Adventures. He's talking about the copyright-free music channel that we have. All the same music you hear in the background of TuberChat is available as copyright-free music. It's available everywhere, including when you're making TikTok videos, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, and everywhere else. But we do have a channel set up for that as well. And we do some live streaming over there, and all of the music's been released as individual songs. Greenland Quilter Katie up on the screen right now does a few different things, but they give us a beautiful look around Greenland. They've got a podcast that they keep going here. They last year were doing some shopping videos. That was a little bit different, but they give us beautiful looks around Greenland as well. Water-based views, mountains, glaciers, and all the things we'd expect. But then they give us an even deeper look into the life in Greenland with shorts videos and a lot of outdoor footage here more than anything else, actually. Some of these have done really well, 2,300, 2,900, 3,100 here, and then live streams on the channel as well. So Greenland Quilter Katie always has a panel with guests. They're always laughing and having a good time, and the conversation can go anywhere while they're creating, actually. And Greenland Quilter Katie does live streaming pretty frequently, so they've got one coming up. Like I said, they'll be on in about 25 minutes from now. We'll still be on, but we know there'll be fresh content after. Both Just Jason Keto and Michael's Adventures are going to drop premieres just as Tuber Chat ends today. But likely Greenland Quilter Katie will still be on. I think they're on for at least an hour. Yeah, you see they're on sometimes even up to 3 and 4 hours. The New Miss Maniac is from Edmonton, Alberta. That's the next channel that we're going to look at. And then this is a creator that's a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter here, but also is very community minded. They get involved in the community around their area. They have for years. They've moved around a little bit. They talk about that here. They talk about that on their channel. But they've got another channel that's very special, and I hope everybody will check that out when I talk about it in a few minutes. Right now, we're going to take another break. I'll give my voice a rest again, like I like to say. We'll play another clip from that interview series that I keep talking about. I mentioned the idea of talking to Be Amazing Sylvia, and I'm still editing the video. One of these days I'll get it out. But hers is the 6th episode. We had internet trouble while we were doing the interview, and the voice is off on like every piece of it. It's not like you could just move the audio once. It's all every 3 minutes I'm moving the audio. So at some point I'll get it finished. But I did cut a couple of clips from our conversation so that we can hear what she has to say about how to get 10,000 subscribers. We use the term family a lot. I noticed you all doing it when I was just starting out. And then, over the years, of course, you use that because it truly feels like that, especially when, you haven't been on for a while. Somebody comes looking for you and notices. That's a good feeling, and we try to do that for other people as well. But these are just examples of how this starts to feel like a family. And you hear me say often, I know Sylvia feels the same way, that we give much more to others than we expect to receive, knowing that we're going to get everything that we want. I mean, Sylvia, when I was first connected to you, and I can't remember now, I don't remember if it was 4 years or 5 years, but it's somewhere around there. And she was obviously already at it. But thinking back to how you must have felt, I don't know how soon you thought you were going to get over 10,000 and now towards 14,000 subscribers, but it must be a great feeling to see it continue to grow.
Yeah, I'm definitely blessed. I feel blessed. I just feel motivated. I feel uplifted, and I'm happy that I can connect with so many amazing supporters. The people who come in, they come in and they stick and they stay. Yes, not all, almost 14,000 people come over, but I have repeat offenders. And what I mean by repeat offenders,
of course,
I'll see you in my comments on Monday. I'll see you in my comments on Wednesday, see you in my comments on Friday. So you always coming back and you're supporting me. And one thing that I do on my channel, and I think this is a big change and with having so many supporters, when people leave a comment on any video, be it a short, be it a video, be it a live, I'm going to respond back to you to acknowledge you for coming in, thanking you for coming in. And then I go to your channel and I watch something for you. In order to get support on these YouTube streets, you got to give support. You have to give it. Sure. It's $3.99 to go over there and watch a video of somebody and make a comment. You don't know how much you may change their life. All
right, let's go for 3.5 minutes. We'll come right back. All right, we're almost back. I just need another moment here while I'm working on something. Actually, we could put the screen on. It's okay. I'm just cleaning up the wheel here a little bit. Palazzo Place, just please let me know if you're still here. Rockin' Coach Amy, I'm curious to know if you're still in the house. What I often do is remove names from the wheel after about a half an hour or so if I haven't seen somebody in the chat. But I'll always put members and moderators right back on the wheel. It's a bit of a clunky process, so sometimes I move a few more than I need to and everything else. But as long as members and moderators are always active in the chat, I'll make sure they're on the wheel. I did add, I believe, a couple of names onto the wheel from our chat list. Oh, what did I put here? Oh, Rockin' Coach Amy. Yes, Rockin' Coach Amy, if you're still here. Fuzzy Adventures and More is on the wheel. I'm not sure if Average Growers is still here. Palazzo Place is still here. She usually is, so forgive me, Jen, but thank you. And then I was way overdue. Actually, I'll put Fairbrick Studio onto the wheel right now. I was way overdue for adding names on the wheel. I always promise that no matter how busy we are, I'm going to put at least a couple of names on the wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation. So I just added 2 names right now. The Numismaniac comes to us from Edmonton, Alberta. This creator, like I said, very community-minded, but you'll get that idea when you get to their channel. They're going to help us understand the differences between precious metals and numismatic collectible coins and other collectibles of value. They show us how to care for those types of things as well. Very important if we're going to get into collecting anything, especially if we might pass it along or, God forbid, think about selling it someday down the line and everything. You got to keep it in mint condition or as close to as possible. The Numismaniac will help with that. There's the Skipper right there, as he's known on his channel. When we dig through some of the thumbnails here, we get an idea of some of what he's bringing. A little bit of variety, but mostly collectibles. He'll take us outdoors as well. And a couple of the shorts on this channel, one of them's almost at 1,000 views. Another one's over 1,700, which is great to see. He's done plenty of live streams. I've caught him for a lot of these. He's often got either a history lesson of some sort going on or a panel with a bunch of guests, and the conversation can go anywhere over there. And the Numismaniac is introducing us to another channel. This is really interesting, and it's a one-of-a-kind channel in the Tuber Chat family. It's called Santa Claus, North Pole, Canada. And this channel will be in full swing right this second. This is a really special channel because we can get messages to and from Santa Claus here. If you haven't already seen these videos, I hope you'll have a look and see what they're about. If I can get one of these to roll over, you get the idea. So this is very, very cool. And this channel's active all year, actually. This creator participates in some community-focused Christmas in July ideas, as well as the traditional Christmas season, but they're actually active all year. So hopefully everybody will connect with Santa Claus North Pole, Canada, a channel that comes to us from the Numismaniac, and then you get an idea of some of the things they're doing here, even with live streams. So 409 subscribers on the second channel right now. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 500 we know they're thinking about. I'll spin the wheel and get another channel ready to go.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
Jen is the creator behind Palazzo Place, a very enthusiastic creator, probably responsible for us gaining dozens, if not hundreds, of thumbs up. Like I like to mention about somebody like I Am Betty J Gathers. They're friendly and energetic reminders, but we all need that reminder, especially when I'm on a phone. Sometimes I need to be reminded to hit that thumbs up, right? I know I say it all the time. Palazzo Place is on the road to 900 subscribers now, which is great to see. And they bring us exclusively outdoor footage. So they got a furry friend that gets featured in a lot of the videos here. One of the things you'll notice is the weather in this channel can change in a snap. And they've got some information on their About section there. And then shorts on the channel as well. These have started to move. A couple of them at 1,700 views. One at 2,600, which is great to see. A lot of these are still getting views. Yeah, they're really climbing. 2,300 over here, 2,200 over there. So hopefully everybody will connect with Palazzo Place. They're here with us regularly just about every stream, for which I'm grateful. I certainly don't expect anybody to be. I do appreciate every moment everybody can spend. And I'm going to start moving through channels because I already know we're going to end up overtime again today. And Just Jason Keto's got a premiere coming up in 40 minutes.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
So Butler Family Farm is up here right now. This is Jerry and Susan. They bring us 116 acres worth of homesteading style content from their farm. They've got a large property for us to see, but they bring us all around. They show us all the work they have to do, the livestock included. They've got cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, cats, and dogs, and bees, and koi, and more. And these creators have opportunity to bring us a lot of new friends because they head out for in real life meetups, both large and small, and they do a lot of StreamYard panels on their channel. They bring us into their home. Jerry brings us into the shop. They're doing all kinds of stuff, and they post several times a week, actually. I'm just going to take the latest video, put that in my catch-up list so I can keep caught up. Jerry and Susan here have been married for 41 years. They show us all that it takes to look after their farmland, and they even make their own tools when they need to. They've got shorts over here that are all in line with their long form content. These have gotten into 12,000, even 54,000 views on one, and then live streams on the channel as well. They're live every Monday at 7:45 Eastern. Sometimes it's a chance to get to know Jerry and Susan. Sometimes they've got a StreamYard panel full of guests. Sometimes they're on the road. They recently took part in the Cruise in Alaska 25 trip that went from Seattle to Alaska for a week, obviously on a cruise with lots of other YouTube channels and creators, which is great to see and great to know. They brought some footage from that as well. You'll meet lots of friends when you're over there. Butler Family Farm has let us know they've used the promotion system over the last year to grow the channel rapidly. They went from just under 10,000 subscribers to over 114,000 now, and Jerry's willing to share information about the promotion system with anybody that wants to know about it. So hopefully everybody will connect with Jerry and Susan at Butler Family Farm. They're over the top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters. And then Fairbrick Studio is coming up right now.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
Thank you, Tim Mitchell. I'll be looking forward to tomorrow night. And then Nikki Silver Stacker is being added back onto the wheel. Stay Stasis there. And any of our members or moderators that are still listening, just please be active in the chat. So Fairbrick Studio is an interesting channel. They've been with us a couple years ago now, or for a couple years. And they started with Lego. And they have got quite a bit of content, both including Lego itself and the video games that have come out. The Lego games are some of my favorite games. They actually got me playing a game. I used to play this game called Tiny Tower, and I think it was called Tiny Tower, and they got me playing the Tiny Lego Tower game. I forget if it was a Star Wars based one, but Lego as a video game, I think is fantastic. Those games are wonderful. I'm a big fan of games, like when it comes to kids playing together and stuff like that, if they're lucky enough to have siblings and whatnot, like me and my sister would have had, because the Lego video games, they force you to work together. So if you're playing together, they make the games have a mechanic within. It sounds really weird the way I'm putting it, but if you're playing yourself, you can get through everything you need to. But if you're playing with two people, you have to help each other. You cannot get through the game without helping each other all the time. So I think it's really cool. Now, Fairbrick Studio does a lot more on the channel. Lately, they've been doing a lot of unattended content, which means pleasing audio, pleasing visuals, whether it's a premiere or a live stream. They've got one coming up later in the season for Christmas music here, they say. But these are intended that people can kind of trickle in and out and make friends while they're there. We've talked about that a few times today. Some of the shorts on this channel, more video gameplay, have done really well, getting into 42,000, 69,000 views. And then when we dig through the channel, we'll find even more Lego-based content. There's the Lego Tower video game that I was talking about, and they had me playing that on a tablet. And then Kristen bought me a new tablet for Christmas last year, and then I haven't played again. Tablet video's killing it for me. I'm getting like 2,000 views a month on that. But perhaps one of these days I'll get that game on there again. Fairbrick Studio is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, and hopefully everybody will connect with them. And like I said, they've been with us a couple years now. And Nikki Silver Stacker is coming up.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
And then when we look at Nikki Silver Stacker, actually, before I look at this channel, Michael's Adventures Legos have come a long way. It's my favorite toy, like my whole life. I was probably, when I was young, like as, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old. I don't know how old you are when you really stop playing with that stuff as a toy, and more enjoy it in the... more of an adult kind of mentality, because a lot of people are doing Lego now. There's Lego channels out there, but we've got friends that do Lego on their channels. Wolf Spirit Productions is a channel most people will remember. They have been in many times, and they are a truck driving couple. He drives, she runs the business, but while they drive, she will often do Lego builds in a multi-cam setup in the truck cab, which is kind of cool. My family has given me Legos, which I still have not put together yet because I want to film them, and they're meant to be like props. If I had a background, I'm using green screen, fake green screen thing right now. But Lego is my favorite thing. So when it comes to gifts, especially for younger people or children, things like that, when it comes to birthdays and Christmas and stuff like that, I think Lego's one of the best things, because I have always been inclined to follow the instructions the first time around when I've gotten many Lego sets as a young lad. But then you make anything you want with the stuff afterwards and whatever, right? So I just think it's great for creativity. And it really has come a long way. Lego is like one of those brands like Apple and Nike and Harley Davidson and Disney. Like they can't be knocked out of their number one position ever for anything, right? And it still lives on today. Nikki Silver Stacker's up on the screen. This is a creator that was recently introduced to us from the Stock Explorer, and they, much like the Numismaniac, will talk about precious metals and numismatic collectible coins. And there's big differences, but I'll leave it to them to describe to everybody what I'm talking about. I'm a huge fan of precious metals, let's just say, and they've had a record year, actually. When we look at Nikki Silver Stacker, we see that this creator is bringing variety in their channel including talking about their YouTube journey. So I'm just going to grab the latest video. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list right now. That's that playlist I use to keep caught up or get caught up with creators. Nikki Silver Stacker's working on 300 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. They've got shorts on the channel that have gotten into 1,200 and 1,700 views, pardon me, and then they've got live streams on the channel as well. And this creator even earlier today was live, so they're doing live streams frequently, almost daily, as a matter of fact. So hopefully everybody will connect with Nikki Silver Stacker. They've been here for every stream since finding us a couple months ago after the Stock Explorer sent them over. So I appreciate that, of course. So hopefully everybody will connect with Nikki Silver Stacker. And then when we think about the idea of promoting, YouTube has a thing called promoting in the YouTube studio. It's paid advertising, so you can pay to have your channel, your videos pushed out farther, and then you can set basically to YouTube what you really want. Do you want views or do you want subscribers? And they'll try to show it to the right people. So promoting, now the way that we speak about it most often, has to do with that system. What I would recommend is everybody who's going to think about doing it, talk to a few people first, because not everybody has had great experience, right? And I would love for everybody to really put consideration into whether you want to do that before you do it, because you can't take it back, right? Everything we do online is permanent. But it can be helpful. There's a lot of creators doing that right now. But we just want to be very clear about the results of those promotions, what it actually does for the channel, what comes from the subscribers that are hopefully attained. If that makes any sense. And forgive me, because everybody here knows, if you've been here many times before, that I dance around a lot of subjects, but I really wish everybody would get a lot of information before you make a major decision for your channel. It's very important, in my opinion. So that's just a thought. In the middle of a forest, there's lots of ways we can promote our videos for free, and that's just on other networks like, we use Reddit all the time, or Facebook and Twitter. Instagram's a little bit different, but you can... and things like that, so you know what I mean. In the Middle of a Forest is up here right now. This is Carnivore Jerry. They've just changed their name up a little bit.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay, because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
A lot of what we talk about with our YouTube channels comes down to our goals, right? And in my opinion, like I've been saying for years, literally now, all of the different things we might think about are individual, and some of them do not relate to each other the way that we think about. What I'm talking about is likes and views and watch time and subscribers, right? So if you tell me specifically, if we were to have a conversation and I said, what do you want out of YouTube? And you said to me, I want subscribers. Then I would say, okay, here's the things that we know work to help with subscribers, right? If you say, I want a play button, right? I can tell you how to get a play button really quickly, right? If you say, I want to make money off my YouTube channel, or I need the income, I can help you with that too. But I promise you, the amount of money you make from a channel or the revenue you bring in has nothing to do with the number of subscribers. It is very possible for a channel with 5,000 subscribers to be making much more than channels with 20,000, even 30,000, and even more. And that's from personal experience that I say that. So these are ideas. But again, I just wish for everybody to put a lot of consideration into any major thing you're going to do for your channel outside of creating content. I mean, that we're thinking about all the time, but it's very important because, like I said, you can't take it back. And I've seen people make many decisions with their channels that they wish they didn't do afterwards. And even I am included in one of those people. So we don't have time for story time. I'll try to race through this. Many years ago, there was a thing called the Freedom Convoy. It was a newsworthy event on the world stage, but it happened in Canada. It had to do with a protest with the Canadian government and everything else. I went to go and film for YouTube and try to take advantage of that opportunity. And what happened is I gained thousands of subscribers. I went from 2,000 subscribers to probably 9,000. I forget how many exactly. Those people never come back. They never watch content. There are 1% of that 7,000 new subscribers engages with the channel now. So I have a channel of 10,000 subscribers now, because it did gain another 1,000 later. But I have a channel of 10,000 subscribers that performs like a channel of only 3,000 subscribers, right? Because all of those people are news chasers, which is fine. They're going to find the next thing. They're following the new rallies, the new protests, the new other things. So I thought it was a good idea at the time. And now in retrospect, I probably wish I didn't do it, because as much as it was interesting to be involved in that, the channel did not benefit. It was probably hurt by it more than anything else. The channel's doing fine now, but it's not doing nearly as well as it could. So the reason why I say this is just to reiterate the idea. The amount of money you want to bring in from your channel, if that's the goal, has nothing to do with the number of subscribers. There are channels that with 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 subscribers that are making more than channels with tens of thousands of subscribers in a lot of cases, I'm certain. And so it's just ideas. And then Brainfire by Mac Movement. I would never get rid of videos. What I would think about doing, if there's content that you don't like anymore on your channel and you kind of think like, I really don't want it there, I would unlist it, right? Or make it private. The problem is when you're talking about shorts, it's fine. You might lose the benefit of the views or whatever else is going to come with shorts for that. But in traditional videos and live stream replays, you definitely lose watch hours when you make them unlisted or private, because the term is public watch hours. Very important that we remember that. But I've seen a lot of people delete content and wish they never deleted it. I've seen people change channels and wish they never changed channels and things like that. So I would just put a lot of consideration into it and think about ways you can do the things you want to do without being destructive, let's just say. And that's what I mean. If you delete your content but you don't have it backed up, you might say, oh, I want to do it again. Almost 90% of the creators that I've seen quit YouTube have restarted 2 weeks later, and they said, I wish I didn't delete all my content. So it's just ideas. But I've got content that I've removed or made unlisted. I have a video I put out a long time ago. I wanted views, so I put out a song that has nothing to do with me, nothing to do with my channel, but I knew I could put it out. Got 5,000 views on the video or whatever. But then I decided I don't want it there anymore, because I don't want something that doesn't have to do with me specifically. So I just made it unlisted. It's still there. It doesn't break the link if anybody on the internet has it, which somebody does. That's how I got the views. That's a story for another time. But not deleting it, right? So that's just an idea. And then in the middle of a forest. I promise you though, and forgive me, I know we don't have time for this, but I just do want to tell everybody, I expect any channel that can get to 3,000 subscribers organically, and that means naturally, not putting any extra outside investment into the channel, just making quality content and running your channel the way that we talk about here. Anybody that gets to 3,000 organically can get to 10,000. I believe we can all get to 100,000. It could take years, so we don't know, but we probably can. And you hear me talk about that frequently as well. So I know that it feels like an eternity. When we start our channel, we're working on the first 100, the first 500, the first 1,000. And I've been through this many times. I've run many channels. One of them eventually got over 70,000 subscribers, and that's all been changed now. And I don't do that, or I'm not involved in those channels anymore. But I've been through this many times. And I truly believe anybody can have that level if they want. You just need to put out quality content, and the things we're doing here make everything go faster. That's all that this is, right? So these are just ideas. And then In the Middle of a Forest is up on the screen right now. Carnivore Jerry is going to help us with healthy eating, healthy living, and gives us a real chance to get to know her. This creator's over 1,600 subscribers now, which is great to see. They're going to help us with some budget-friendly ideas, it looks like, in the thumbnails there as well. I know Carnivore Jerry's out there supporting other creators. I've known this channel a long time. 22,000, 100,000, 143,000 on some of these shorts videos, which is fantastic to see, and live streams on the channel. She's live, I think, every day, pretty close to it. And forgive me, one of these live streams, the red line's not all the way across again. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. I imagine that happens most often when I am logging in and out of accounts, when I'm watching things on YouTube and this and that. But I'll always rerun something if I see that it has not if I see it's not run all the way through. Let's spin the wheel. So it's time for us to take another break. Last one for today, but what we'll do is we'll go for 3.5 minutes. Right before we do that, again, I'm going to play another clip from our interview series. And this one comes from a homesteading channel, Curmudgeon, Alaska. And they're going to teach us what it's like to live off grid but run a channel. And they've got a special story because we did the interview after they passed 10,000 subscribers. They've already passed 100,000. They've passed 50,000 subscribers now, if I'm not mistaken. We'll see in a minute. But Scratch and PPA is coming up. So let's get this clip underway, see what they have to say from Curmudgeon, Alaska. What do you think led up to that explosion for your channel?
Well, at first the channel was very slow to start, and then it was around the time I met you.
Yeah.
You know, your channel, it started growing a little bit, and then we got to January of last year. We only had we hit 1,000 subs,
Okay.
and then it was really going slow. In between January to September of 24, we only gained 300 subs.
Oh wow. Yeah.
You know, so it was really slow, but we managed to get our watch hours, so we managed to get monetized, things like that. And we were getting ready to go to do our supply runs for the winter time, and I said, well, I think I'm just going to film this. You know, we've never done a shopping thing or anything like that, and I checked it out online, and it showed favorability of doing well.
That's good.
We did it. Only thing I didn't really do is I didn't film a whole lot in the store, and I kind of regret that because I had a lot of people asking about that. They wanted to see the prices. And honestly, I think what it was is people really curious what it's like to live here and have to shop here. And I think that's what brought everybody in. And it exposed us to a lot of other people that are like-minded on living this way or wanting to be curious to be how we live, as well as the group that just are into shopping. You know, and I guess there's a huge following of people that do shopping videos. And
I'm not surprised now that you mention it that way. Yes.
Yeah. So I think a combination of it being a shopping video and us being rather unique on where and how we get home.
Absolutely. Yes.
A lot of the comments on that video were about the train.
Oh.
You know, was that a bus I just saw on the tracks? Was that a truck on the tracks? Was that a tractor? You know, stuff like that. And it's like, yeah.
Wow.
So I think it was a combination of the shopping and where we're at.
Yeah. Yeah. I looked off to the side there because I got your channel up on another screen in case I want to reference something. I was about to say the video got 1 million views, but no, you're clearly well beyond 2 million now. All right, let's go for 3.5 minutes and come right back. All right, we're just about back again. Scratch and PPA is up on the screen right now, and this creator is known as a shining jewel in the Tuber Chat family, a beloved and dedicated moderator. Here, I'll show you a quick glitch. Not that it matters, I just mention it anyway. But you notice I've got the notification on for his premiere. Whenever we have a live stream or a premiere that's put in the featured position here, it looks like we don't have the notification on. So you see I click the notification and then refresh the page, and it will come up and look like it's not set already. So it's a weird thing, but that's been going on forever. And then, yes, Vintage Style by Joe. My voice is falling apart now. Scratch and PPA is working on 2,600 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push this creator a little bit farther towards that next milestone. He's a fellow Canadian and monetized. Lots of ways to support him when we get to his channel. He pits 2 lottery tickets against each other. We've seen lottery ticket scratching many times today, but he puts 2 different tickets against each other and offers us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Instagram, X, or Facebook, which of course I do. It sets a series apart, makes it unique and a lot of fun to be a part of. This creator's had presentation at the forefront of their mind ever since the very beginning. Their bright, beautiful avatars matched by content in the thumbnails that we would expect, but there's a hint in these thumbnails about the giveaways that happen in his video series. His banner is updated every single week, if you can imagine. Pardon me, and his video editing skills have been complimented since his very first production over 5.5 years ago. Scratch and PPA is running premieres every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern. He has not missed a week in almost 5 years, if you can imagine that. Perfect consistency, and when you get to his premiere, you're going to find out the result of that kind of consistency on top of all of the support that he gives to other people when he has a flood of support coming into his chat. It's one of the fastest you're going to see in the Tuber Chat family. Faster than ours, faster than most others. He rivals those of Hilda DC, the Stock Explorer, and a few select others. It's very fast paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of. Scratch and PPA expanded the content on his channel a couple of years ago when he took a trip to Italy and brought us some vlogging style shorts videos that gave us a look around all the different areas he visited in Italy, along with some Italian lottery tickets that we might not have otherwise seen. So I know a lot of people will be happy to know he's expanded the content on his channel. I was lucky enough to be in the chat while he did his very first live stream from Italy during that trip as well. So I know a lot of people will be hoping for more. More so, we're happy to know that Scratch and PPA is still continuing his Scratch Challenge series. There's a bit of a hint here as well. If you look at the homepage, you'll notice actually in his playlists, the titles of the playlists include the time it takes to go through each one of those playlists, so that when he's swapping with creators, because probably all of our moderators still do that with everyone, you get an idea of how long the playlists are that you're going to trade with, if that makes any sense. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. I dropped the link for Just Jason Keto. His premiere is coming up in just about 10 minutes right now.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
Sorry, I have to respond to something here very quickly. Everything's fine. It's just something urgent that I need to have somebody take care of for me. And then Fuzzy Adventures and More. This creator's got 2 different channels. This is New Horizons Above and Beyond. This is their complimentary channel. They got 237 subscribers over here. They've taken us shopping a few times, especially when they think about Halloween decorations and things. But they got a brand new video from a couple weeks ago. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to keep or get caught up with them. They've got shorts over here as well. While they're known for outdoor content, these are a little bit different, but they've just gotten started. So when we look at New Horizons Above and Beyond, we see more outdoor footage from this creator, and they're here with us just about every day, as a matter of fact. They got a few different types of videos here with some dash cam footage, which does well for some creators. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list as well. That's that playlist we keep joking about that I use to keep or get caught up with creators. The shorts over here have more outdoor content, but many feature the creator behind the channel, getting into 1,700, 2,400 views and beyond, and a few live streams. Those are experiments, but they plan to do many more. We've got notification bells on for every single channel in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other, making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible as well. Beach Rush Shore, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, but if I'm making a mistake, just please let me know. I always want to pronounce everybody's channel the way they want it pronounced, but it's great to have you in the chat.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
Next up is Coach Julie at Eden's, and this is a creator that I'm still getting to know, but they let us know they're going to bring us wellness coaching more than anything else. They got quite a bit of information here. I got to make a point to go and have a look through this, but I see that they talk about kind of carnivore diet plan, keto as keywords for the channel, and that gives us an idea of some of the content we're going to find. But they've got a bit of variety here and some health updates as well by the look of it. So I'm going to put their latest video into my catch-up list. That'll give me another piece of content to watch. I know they've got shorts on the channel, and these, I laugh always at the AI, but it does such a great job. And I'm surprised how good it's gotten over just a year or two. Look at some of the views on these, 9,100, 9,200 views on a couple of these. And I caught them for a live stream. Was it yesterday? I thought it was just yesterday or the day before, but I guess it was a few days ago. So Coach Julie at Eden's is doing these live streams pretty frequently, usually more than once a week. And we've got notification bells on for every single channel, so hopefully I'll catch another one again very soon. They're growing quickly, working on 3,500 subscribers. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. And forgive me, everybody, for the fact that I'm racing through these channels now. I know I talk sometimes and ramble a little bit too much about things not related to YouTube sometimes during these streams. Over 3 hours, but I always think we're going to make it. We've been overtime literally for weeks now, and I have to find a way to dial that back. I always want to promote channels well so that everybody gets an idea of what they can expect when they get there. I like to tell stories about my friends, my friendships with these creators, or the things I've noticed. But when we get to the end of the stream, I really race through, especially when we're doing a raid. Jason's premiere is going to start in about 6 minutes here. Jeremy D-Day's up on the screen. This is another creator who's been with me as long as Kid Wonder and Ace Flaw 1 and a few others that have been with us since over 6 years, before Superchat was even a channel. Jeremy D-Day is actually one of the very first that I had met. And this creator's done a few different things on their channels. Reviews, shorts, and vlogs is what they expect to bring us here. I see they've got a brand new video from this week. I'll put that in my catch-up list. They've got shorts on their channel as well. These feature a lot of variety, but some have done really well, 28,000, 69,000, and then live streams have just been more of an experiment here than anything else. But he's been doing a lot of these lately with a lot of outdoor walk-along live streams, and that's a popular genre as well. When I look at JD Knight 7, this is his original channel. This is the channel with which I met Jeremy, and he has done a lot of different things, including evolving the content here, but typically he talks about a lot of music, album reviews, rankings, shorts as well. I'm just going to grab one of the latest videos that he's got. And you'll notice that this creator actually enjoys a diverse collection of music. Sometimes he's got some Saturday dance dance floor kind of stuff, and then a lot of heavy metal and things like that. He mixes it all up though. He's got shorts on the channel. These have gotten into, look at this, 378,000, 856,000 on one of these, which is just spectacular to see. And then he's been doing more live streams over here. I haven't caught one of these yet. I hope I'll catch you for one of these, Jeremy. But we've got notifications on for every single channel, and it's great to know that this creator's doing so much live streaming lately. Jason's got a 3-minute intro on his premiere, so that'll give a few more people a chance to sneak in. I'll get over there as quickly as I can. We won't run the ending screen that we usually do on this live stream, so that we can hurry up and get over into Jason's premiere in a few minutes.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
Okay, now we're moving really quickly. I put Vintage Style by Joe on the wheel. Stace is up here. This is a channel that we see, we've known for probably years. They make occasional appearances here, but it's great to have you back in the chat today. I'm going to grab the latest video, put that in my catch-up list so I can get caught up with the channel a little bit. But you see that they're doing crafting, card making, and a lot of other crafting styles. So they've got haul videos here and creativity, as we can see from the thumbnails. I'll be happy to catch that latest video. There's quite a bit of information on that about section, as you can see, but they've got shorts over here at 8,000, 12,000, 13,000 views, and then live streams as well. They've done a few of these a couple years ago, one just a year ago. We'll see if they're going to continue those. We got notification bells on for every single channel, and Stace is working on 3,900 subscribers, which is great to see. I've run into this creator over and over and over again in other people's premieres and live streams. It's great to see creators supporting each other.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
Vintage Style by Joe is going to bring us a lot of creativity as well. The idea of quilting comes up, but they actually make a lot more different things. They have wonderful ideas, and they can even turn ordinary things around the home into vibrant, colorful, homemade things as well. And when you get to the channel and go through some of the content, you'll see what I'm talking about. But I've been impressed with this creator and their creativity on the channel ever since they first started coming into the Tuber Chat family. Imagine making a quilt with 500 pieces. This creator often makes a lot of the things that they put together with scraps of materials and fabrics that otherwise would have been passed on. And I've repeatedly mentioned how impressed I am with a lot of the things that they've made, including this latest pillow. They've got another one here that I talk about in this video. If you dig through this, you'll find it, not to mention the quilting. And they do a lot of things that are non-traditional. When I think of quilts, I think of only squares and triangles and things like that, but there's a lot more you can do with that. They got the head start on fall and autumn content, Christmas content. They got another one here. I've put this one into my catch-up list as well. That'll give me a chance to get caught up with them. I want to make sure I didn't make a mistake there and take it out of the list. I got it in the list. Shorts on this channel. We see that this creator is bringing even more variety along the same lines into the shorts on the channel, including some outdoor content, taking us shopping actually. And then 2,600, 2,800 views. One of these is still moving actually, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. So I've caught her many times. You can see just from the rollovers here, she's a dynamic creator, does a great job of keeping up with the chat. Did you make the, did you do a live stream of that pillow and cut a video? That's really cool if you did, because I recognized the truck as soon as you held it up there. Vintage Style by Joe is pretty much here every day as well. Now, I know not everybody can be here for every stream, and certainly not for hours at a time. I do appreciate every moment. I know we got friends that run the stream in the background, and a couple that, you know, depending on schedules, just have to hop in, say hello, or drop a thumbs up and head out or lurk or different things. But I do appreciate every moment. But I sometimes like to recognize when I notice creators are here all the time, like CraftyWitch232. This is Andy. She's with us for just about every stream. Not to mention, she streams just about every day, as well as making other content. We've seen her make probably a dozen videos since being in the Tuber Chat family, but this creator's also got tons of shorts on the channel that bring us a mix of all the different types of things they craft. They talk about that on their About section. They pretty much craft everything, but you see a lot of crochet and 3D printing along with some cross stitch on their channel. I've seen them do a different live stream, do a video game. Some of these shorts have gotten really popular with the views, 10,000, 14,000, and I came to know that this creator sells a lot of the things that they make. It's the reason why they do so much. So they're on almost every day. They'll be on again tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern, and they're usually crafting literally for hours, but they do a good job of keeping up with the chat. The channel is one of the fastest we've seen grow in the Tuber Chat family over the last 5.5 years, at now 4,600 subscribers. I think that this creator's done it 100% organically, which is really impressive, and I'm happy to see that. So Jesse Journals and Unboxes is coming up.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
What we're looking at right now is Jessie Journals and Unboxes. She's another beloved and dedicated moderator here. This is a creator that's been here from the beginning, but her support for all of us has increased over the years. That's a tough thing to do when you're following more and more creators over time. Jessie Journals and Unboxes has unboxed all the different types of things that you can. She's got all sorts of variety on this channel when it comes to the things you can unbox, whether it's from haul videos or Happy Mail or subscription services. A lot of us like the reactions and mysteries that come along with that. There's bath and beauty products, there's jewelry, there's snacks. She's recently started doing a lot more crafting supplies, and showing us a lot of the things that she makes with those crafting supplies. She collaborates with people all the time, including the Fall Fest 25 giveaway. And then this creator's got shorts on the channel that feature a lot of the things she finds in the unboxing videos. There's washi tape there, snacks there, jewelry, there's bath and beauty products, and crafting supplies. Lots of variety in the shorts over here. And then live streams. This creator does live streams sporadically, but she's the kind of creator who can go live whenever she wants, and will have a flood of support coming into the chat because of all that she does for other people. She is definitely an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, and working on 2,700 subscribers now. And then Impiwara. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but please let me know if there's a better way for me to pronounce that. And then this is a brand new channel for the Tuber Chat family. I believe they're in Finland, but I may be incorrect about that. Yeah, Finland. There we go. So, forgive me, I'll have to translate to have a look at the About section here, but that's fine. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but I'm going to take one of your latest videos. I'm going to put that in my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list and I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up and subscribe and put your notification bell on like I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here every 3 days. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. I dropped a link a few times and I pinned it for Jason's premiere. It's already started. We're going to race through the next 2 channels and get over there as quickly as we can. but anybody's free to head over there right away. The chat's already running. Jody Genealogy is a longtime generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, now with 2 channels. Started this one, I'm not sure if it was a year ago, but Jody Genealogy is going to bring us history, travel, and adventures on this channel, along with a lot of variety in the shorts that she's posted. Sometimes she does some live streams as well. We'll look at those right away. See, sometimes she's on the road, sometimes she's on the water, sometimes she's by the river or by the fire. And this creator is known to collaborate with Backyard Trucker and probably willing to collaborate with lots of other creators. There's variety in the shorts videos here, as she's done on her original channel. It's 7,300 and 14,000 views, which is great to see. And then Marketplace Boutique is where we know Jody from. And this is where she helps us with the ins and outs of buying and selling online. Platforms like eBay come to mind, and she's going to give us a lot of tips and tricks. She takes us shopping and shows us how we can buy things in collections and sell them individually. She gives us help with our YouTube channel with some graphic design and tips and tricks there as well. She's got shorts over here that have gotten into 55,000 views on one of these, 35,000 on another one, which is great to see. And then a live stream fairly frequently here, up to a couple weeks ago. And like I said, could be on the water, could be by the fire, could be by the river, could be doing any number of different things, and has now passed 3,000 subscribers, which is great to see. You know that I said earlier today, if somebody can get to 3,000 100% organically, then they can get to 10,000, and I believe even 100,000 organically. It's Chocolate Drop is always smiling, always laughing. She's been a friend for years. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. Forgive me for the channels that we did not get to. We try to get to as many as we can in 3 hours. We're back on Tuesday, and thank you to our moderators. I hope everybody will connect with them. I said it earlier, but I wouldn't be able to do what we're doing if it wasn't for their help, especially when I'm racing through and making so many mistakes along the way. Henry, Leslie, Vermont, and everybody else, again, forgive me for the channels that we did not see today. Some days are busier than others. We're always busy. We'll do what we can as we continue. It's Chocolate Drop is working on 1,800 subscribers. Like I said, always smiling, always laughing, could be traveling. This creator's brought us many shopping trips to places like TJ Maxx, CVS is what I've known them most often for. They've got shorts on the channel, a little bit of a mix of all the different things on their channel, especially in the kitchen. But look at this, 12,000, 13,000, 51,000 on these, and then live streams. And I've seen this creator, especially in the kitchen, cooking up a storm. Usually other people coming in and out. She's always smiling, laughing, almost dancing some of the time. And then Drop de Coupe Slots is another channel from this creator with a bit more slot gameplay, as well as a little bit of lottery ticket scratching. So there it is from the creator behind It's Chocolate Drop. They're almost at 100 subscribers. They've got videos, they've got shorts, and they're even thinking about live streaming over here. So thank you again, everybody. Let's race over to Jason's channel, and we'll see everybody over there, and see you here again soon. Thanks, everybody.